Say, here's something I can read. Pretty well, anyway. It's in Latin. Forever glory, the and power, the and kingdom, the is, thou, thine. The is thine, kingdom, the is thine.
Hey, wait a minute. Don't read anymore. I know what that is. That's the Lord's Prayer backwards. That's the Lord's Prayer backwards. That's the Lord's Prayer backwards.
Hello and welcome to Bronze Age Monsters, the show where we wade into the weirdest and wildest waters of the comic books of the 1970s. This season on BAM, we're talking about Damon Hellstrom, aka the Demon Spawn, aka the Scion of the Netherworld, aka the Son of Satan. I'm your co-host, Matt Howell.
I'm your other host, Jacob Balcom.
And we're very excited to have our friend Michael Giacchino back with us. Hey, Michael.
Hey, how are you doing? You know, I got to say, you just sounded like when you were doing that first intro, it sounded a little like Johnny Carson, like weird and wild stuff.
Yeah.
There was a bit of that in there. I was like, all right, there we go. Anyway, happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, good. Not used to aspirating
How's
my
that drink?
cocktails.
Yeah.
How's that absinthe going?
Ooh, it's in my lungs.
Good. That's where it belongs.
Yes. Thank you. I always thought I was more of an Ed McMahon, Hank Kingsley kind of guy, but I'll take Johnny Carson any day.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. No,
Definitely.
that was totally
great,
Johnny Carson.
Great Beach Boys
Good.
song, too.
Good. I got chills.
Okay, so we have Michael back. We're here to talk about the third issue of Gerber's Tarot Saga. And we're excited to talk about that, but we have a couple of points of business to take care of first. Someone pointed out, I should be better in my notes because I should say who pointed out, that there was an error that we made. We were talking in the last episode about Marvel Team Up number 32.
Wait, is this, hold on. Is this
Yes, this is an apology tour.
Apology portion of the episode? Okay. Okay. I feel like there should be some sort of musical theme for this or something, so it feels like it's an event every time.
There's your homework, Michael.
Yeah,
so
okay.
I'll get come back with something for that.
I'm thinking something tasteful like a nose flute.
Yeah, I have one of those in the cabinet back there, by the way.
So I
haven't figured out how to use it.
I believe what I was suggesting was that maybe Marvel Team Up started off as a Human Torch book, and then it got handed off to Spidey early on. Mm-hmm. And then in the meantime, I thought, oh, you know what? I bet it was. I know that people love the antagonism between Johnny Storm and Spider-Man, so they probably thought it'd be fun to team these guys up all the time and have them kind of knocking heads with each other, but fighting a bigger battle. And then someone wrote to us and said, no, it was always a Spider-Man book. It was them teamed up together, but at times it would switch out here and there, but it was basically Spider-Man's book the whole time. And occasionally other people would take a issue or two and just kind of run with it. But it was a Spidey book from the get-go, was from the impression I got. I
don't know. As far as apologies go, that was not really, I don't know.
Oh,
this is a late start for us.
I don't know. I wasn't inspired, but it's okay.
Okay, so comics journalist Jonathan Miller summarized Marvel Team Up in a retrospective article thusly. He said the series was admittedly formulaic. Either Spider-Man or that issue's guest star would encounter a menace and then by sheer chance cross paths with another hero who would lend a hand. The title's guest stars were an equal mix of A-list characters whose presence was likely to increase sales and fledgling heroes being given exposure in the hopes of launching them into stardom. I kind of said all that stuff.
You did.
But who, for the most part, continued to languish in obscurity. Yeah, so it started with a Spider-Man Human Torch story by Thomas and Andrew. And they were originally the permanent headliners, but the creators found this format limiting. And after just 3 issues, the Human Torch was dropped in favor of a rotating co-star. So yeah, that issue 32 was an anomaly, I guess.
All right.
More or less. So my attorney said that I covered my bases there and I can move on.
Yeah, you can. We can all move on.
You did it.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're all proud of you.
And if you don't want to hear my stupid apologies or Michael's nose flute music for that, you can call and leave a voicemail as well. 971-220-5865. That's 971-220-JUNK. And junk is where you put those kind of things. Like Matt was wrong or Jacob was wrong because Matt led him astray. So
I thought you were going to say Jacob was being too handsome.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's for the bonus show. Or for our live shows, which we just scheduled the next one. That's going to be on May 31st at 7 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time.
Exciting.
Yeah. And that's the final issue, by the way, of Marvel Spotlight with Son of Satan, featuring his sister Satana. So that's going to be a good one.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Yeah. And before we jump into this, one more Satan related thing. I put a couple new designs in the shop, some pretty cool ones. I really, some of the ones, the one I like the most is the one that says Bronze Age Monsters, and it has a long, like, eye bar shaped panel by Sal Buscema of Son of Satan in his satanic form. And he's like yellow and blue, or red and blue, and he's like scowling with vampire fangs and like yellow starburst explosions behind him. Looks badass.
Yeah, it looks really good. You did a good job with that.
Yeah, so I'm getting one of them. So yeah, go to our Threadless shop. It's in the show notes. All right, no more time wasting. We got.
All right, let's get into it.
We got Baba Booey here.
Let's do it.
Yeah. All right, before we launch in, Michael.
Oh yeah,
you've been kind of busy. What are you working on right now? Because I'm excited about what you the project that you're scoring.
Oh yeah, well, I'm scoring a film right now, and it's called. It's a Spanish language speaking film. I believe it is going to be titled Society of Snow. And it's the story of the Uruguayan rugby team that was on a plane trip over the Andes and crashed there. And this was in the 70s, the early 70s that this happened. And it was a pretty awful experience, all told. But so it's not like a feel-good movie I get to sit with every day, but it is directed by a really good friend of mine named Juan Antonio Bayona. He directed The Orphanage. He's done a lot of things. We worked on Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom together. But he's great. I love him. So I'm like, yes, I will do this. And it just so happens there's a writer's strike as well. So there's nothing else I can really do.
Works out for the project.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the famous harrowing story of the triumph of the human spirit over adversity and survival in the most dire of circumstances.
Yes.
Popularly published by one of the survivors in the 70s as under the title of Alive. And there was a film made in the early 90s, I believe, that was based on.
It was directed by Frank Marshall.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, directed by Frank Marshall, actually. Yeah, they're called Alive. Yeah,
the book was amazing.
Yeah. It's
that in this book called Ordeal by Hunger about the Donner Party are two of my favorite nonfiction books I've ever read. I'm not morbid.
I was going to say, but have you taken the next logical step and
eaten frozen man meat?
Tasted human flesh.
Yeah, I will say that both those people in the situations were pretty lucky that it was cold. I know that made it shittier, but you had basically a side of beef on ice the entire trial. So if you're gonna eat your friend, you want him to be frozen solid.
Good point.
Yeah,
man. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend those situations.
Okay, so your thoughts on, you read up on the last two issues, so you're not coming in.
I read up and I listened obviously to the previous shows, but I have to say, like, what I find so hilarious about this whole thing, it's literally a road rage episode. She gets pissed off, because he is perceived as better than her. And so and then she just goes on, she's hell-bent on destroying him because, he did the equivalent of insulting her, or she was insulted, or the equivalent of somebody cutting her off on the road. She literally then chases him down for how many ever episodes. I just thought that was hilarious. It's all based in anger.
This is Madame Swabata you're talking about.
Yes, Swabata. Exactly. Yes. She's just angry.
So we determined that she is actually dead, because there was some mystery of, like, is she dead or is she messing with him? She's actually dead.
Yeah.
And why is she after him?
Because remember in the beginning, didn't he, there was also that newspaper thing. But
she was dead. Like, when he went to get a reading from her, she was dead.
They still insulted. She was insulted from beyond the grave.
Okay.
She was, for sure.
She came back for this.
Yeah.
So it's literally like just piss, you're like, God, what did I say to that person? They won't leave me alone. And then it's just like, just constant, and then doormen getting killed and shit like that. You're just like, what? For what? What's it all for?
You're right. Anyway. I didn't pause to think about what the first domino was. It was. Okay.
Yeah.
It is pettiness.
Yeah. Total pettiness. It reminded me of the show. I don't know if you've seen on Netflix, Beef. I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
this is it. This is
Yep.
what happens when you can't let something go.
Just
You cannot let
escalates.
something go. Here we go. Now we have 3 issues illustrating how someone can't let something go.
Well,
So-
we're both pretty big fans of Laurel and Hardy, so we know how war of escalation can go.
Yes.
Yep.
I loved it. I think it's great. And there's some amazing artwork. And you the way you were talking about the 2-tone art on the shirt you were just mentioning, like there's some of that in these, and I love it so much with that like red and blue. It was just so great. So yeah, I'm down.
Nice. Okay, so we're talking about Marvel Spotlight, Son of Satan, number 22. This is cover dated June of 1975. What were you doing then?
June in 75, I was, what was I? 7 years old.
3rd grade?
I was probably drawing something from Planet of the Apes,
Okay.
which I have in a book right over there, all my drawings. So yeah, I was probably drawing Cornelius, or following my father. I would go with him to the grocery store, and I used to pretend I was Cornelius, and I would just walk behind him exactly as Roddy McDowall used to walk. And I would follow him around the entire store like that.
Oh my God.
I don't remember him ever saying, don't do that, or you're embarrassing me. Maybe he just didn't notice, but that's what I did. And the reason I did it was because they had these tiles on the floor, and they were spaced perfectly. Like if I put one foot on one tile, and then I skipped the tile and put my other foot on the other, my legs had that sort of bowed look that the apes had when they walked. And I was just into it. So I was obsessed with Planet of the Apes at that point in my life. And yeah.
There you go, folks. That's what Michael was doing when this came out.
Yep.
Yeah,
I like that image.
Yeah, that's our scoop. That's going to be the banner headline.
Okay, here's the second headline. Matt found his least favorite cover of this entire run.
Yeah.
This is super busy for me. Like,
Let's see.
I know that maybe some busyness can draw engagement, draw the eye, but to me,
I
found this really disruptive.
Yeah.
So what we're looking at here is from off panel, Ghost Rider is zooming in on his bike. Satana is wielding some magic and menacing over her brother. Damon's doppelganger, his shadow self, is warring with him while Damon is being taken down by little goblin-y gargoyle things, all in some type of hellscape with a yellow background. Way too busy for me.
It's a lot like the Battle of the Network Stars. If you really think about it.
Wait time drinking to say stuff like this?
Yes. Come on. Look at it. That's, you got Buddy Hackett on one side. You got
well, Ghost
Gavin
Rider's
McLeod coming out of nowhere.
Ghost Rider's Ghost Rider has to be played by Gabe Kaplan.
Gabe Kaplan,
that's my casting for that.
It's really incredible.
Ruth Buzzy.
Ruth Buzzy. Yeah,
Joanne Worley's there.
Yeah. I love it.
So this is too much of a good thing to me. I like Satana. I like Ghost Rider. I like the idea of a doppelganger battling yourself. I like the idea of little green gargoyle men tackling you, like some kind of army of darkness kind of thing. But it's just too much. It's too much.
Yeah,
it's
too
lot.
much of a good thing.
This thing that was too much was penciled by Gil Kane and inked by Vince Colletta, and John Romita helped both of them on the faces of, you can definitely tell Damon had some help from Romita. And I guess Satana, he did some Satana stuff as well. So Romita came in here and did some tinkering.
But on the other hand, that is 25 cents worth of art right there.
Yeah.
Right? You put down a quarter and you got that.
Yeah.
So, the flip side is, as a kid, I would just sit with something like this and stare at every piece of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas now that I understand, things a little more, I can see that it is. But as a kid,
Matt, you know what I thought of when I looked at this? I was like, an example of how this could be done so much better was the issue of Marvel Premiere with the Legion of Monsters cover, to where you did have, 4 really big, daring, heroes, villains, whatever. But just the layout of it, I thought something like that probably would have served this cover a lot better.
Yeah. The only problem with that cover was that it made it sound like it was a better story inside.
It did. It made it seem like it was an awesome story.
Okay. Yeah. I don't want to talk about this anymore. Oh, sorry. Okay. It says, and if that's not trouble enough, it says, in a mind gone mad, Damon Hellstrom battles himself. If that's not trouble enough, enter Ghost Rider and Satana, the Devil's Daughter, and Ruth Buzzy. And yeah, it's just a lot.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, if Paul Lind was on this cover, I'd like it a lot.
Exactly.
I love Paul Lind.
Paul
Yeah, me
Lind's
too.
amazing.
Yeah,
Yes.
hilarious.
He's my hero,
Ugh.
especially that Halloween special of his. I watch
God,
it
every
multiple
Actually,
times during the
You
year.
know, I want to
Yeah.
see a scene between Damien and Bob Newhart. Can you imagine them talking to each other?
Now, that's a team up right there.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
just Damon. He kind of sometimes when I read that dialogue with him, it's like proto Thor almost.
I
It's
know.
kind of
Yeah.
it's a little odd. I'm like, why if people from hell speak like this? I don't understand. What?
Well, he grew up with his father for a short time,
Yeah,
and then he went and was raised in a secondary
some
home.
weird.
And
Yeah.
then he went to seminary school.
Yeah,
like,
so I
where,
don't-
where,
where
does
did
he
this
get
all
Thor
come from?
speak?
Oh,
Yeah,
maybe
Infernal
he-
Thor.
He did a lot of theater.
Okay, thusly.
Oh man, I wanna read those issues
Yes, that
of
would be
Damon in
amazing.
college theater.
Yeah, and his teacher was Bob Newhart.
Oh man, you're pitching this, and I'm eating it up.
There's
right,
this,
yeah.
But wait, before you get in, there's this amazing. I'll dig it up and send it to you guys. There's this amazing thing of interview with Don Rickles talking about going on vacation with Bob Newhart and how frustrating it is to like go to dinner on a cruise ship with him and have him try and order like send back a salad and it takes like 25 minutes because he's polite and spluttery.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll send it to you guys. It's fucking hilarious.
love it.
God bless Don Rickles. All right. So yeah, let's get to the opening of the story. So the title of the story is Journey into Himself, which is in a really like kind of awesome retro vintage font that, I mean, this literally looks golden age to me, not even Atlas era, but this could be like 1939 or something. It's just such a weird choice, but I love it.
Like Moon Commandos.
I know, right? Or Lorna Jungle Queen or something,
totally.
you know? It was just like, yeah, but no, I really dug that font. So anyhow, our cast of creators, we have Steve Gerber, writer, Sal Buscema, artist, Bob McLeod, inker, Artie Simek, letterer, Phil Raish, which is Phil Rachelson, is the colorist. We saw them do that on Werewolf by Night. How they would just somehow cut his name in half for some
Not
reason.
enough room. That's
Not
what
enough
like
room.
my room, my name in any movie, they just cut it in half.
Yeah, you and Tom
Music by
Orzechowski.
the Jack or whatever.
Yeah, which half of your name do you want up there?
Yeah.
Lesson.
Yeah. All right, we got Len Wein editing. So I don't know. I did like this opening page. We kind of awesome. We open on like this awesome full page illustration of like a passed out Damon who seems to be being psychically healed by Dr. Catherine Reynolds, while Damon's astral form looks on behind her.
And I will say, like, this is a great. I loved this panel, but Ghost Damon looks a little like stiff, right? Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he does. I
He's
know.
a standee.
It's maybe
Yeah.
it's like mannequin. I don't know.
No,
Yeah.
you're right.
Anyway,
He does look like he should be standing next to like 10 cases of beer.
everything else I love.
Yeah.
With
Yes,
Spuds
you're
McKenzie.
right.
Yeah, he is Spuds McKenzie. Yeah, so the opening narration reads, Police Detective Alex Quinn and student Christine Sant look on as parapsychologist Catherine Reynolds' fingertips play upon the brow of a seemingly comatose Damon Hellstrom, for she believes his condition is not merely the result of the blow he received from a policeman's billy club, but something far more esoteric. So yeah, like I said, she is kind of, leaning over Damon. Fingertips were mentioned. I think that's fairly accurate, and I like that Quinn and Christine are kind of behind him. Them being just like, and Quinn's just like, I didn't know she was a psychic herself. I just thought she researched the stuff. And so yeah, she's trying to she's trying to heal Damon.
Do they see the ghost?
Mm-mm.
Okay,
I don't
so they
think
don't
so.
see him. Because I was like, why don't they could turn to him and say, can you help? And he'd be like, I'm just a ghost. What do you want from me? I can't help you.
Yeah, that would be much easier.
Yeah,
I don't
That
think
was
Dr.
insane.
Reynolds
Okay.
even knows that he's there, and she's psychic. Or
Yeah, exactly.
sensitive.
Yeah, so not
Well,
that psychic.
And her eyes are closed.
Well, that's true. She
So,
wasn't
you know,
looking.
Right.
yeah.
If they turned around,
Yeah.
he'd be there.
Okay, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that this page ends with a pun, because at the bottom it says, and as for Damon, he is simply beside himself.
It's funny, I guess.
Yeah, that's funny, I guess.
It's so bad it goes the wheel turns and it kind of makes me smile.
That would actually probably make one of my track titles.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you.
I forget our guest is King of Puns.
Well, I certainly
right.
encourage them.
You have the best Q names, huh?
You too.
It depends who you talk to. There are people that are very upset that I do that.
Really?
Oh yeah, there were
You can never, ever
message
stop.
boards for Star Trek. I remember, and this guy was going off saying, "Does he not take his job seriously? Does he not understand the importance of this? Does he not?" You know, it was just like, wow, oh man. And I guess I don't, because yeah.
Take yourself more seriously.
There are people that love
man.
it, people that hate it.
Yeah.
On Star Wars, I wanted to do it on the Rogue One soundtrack, but I had this feeling that wasn't going to go over, and it didn't. So I got them to at least agree to let me do an alternate set of titles that we put in the booklet. So if anybody wanted to change them, and I'm sure everyone did, wanted to change them to that, they could.
Well,
what is this podcast about again? I'm sorry.
I think you're self-sabotaging. I'm not a psychologist or anything, but I think I see what you're doing here. You're trying to sabotage yourself so you're not having any success. And I think when you're ready to have a successful career, you're going to get serious about this.
Yeah.
When I'm ready to be serious.
Yeah, just keep at it. It'll turn into something eventually.
Yep.
Yeah.
Think of it as a hobby.
Trying. You know what? I was going to quit, but thank you. I'm not gonna. I'm going to give it another season.
Just one more season.
Give it another season, Ma. Paul.
There's stuff behind this.
You can turn it around.
Yeah, like how many Emmys did Nielsen get? And then he turns around the next album and puts "fuck" like in the first 4 songs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
he's sabotaging himself. He didn't think he deserved that fame, and he did.
Damn it.
Love you, Harry.
I'm going to go back and rename all the tracks on every soundtrack now.
Yeah. Just do them all like in the Spanish soundtracks. Just Trachea 1, Trachea 2, Trachea 3, Trachea 4.
No, I'm just going to call everything the Desert Chase.
Yeah. Well, that does work for quite a few of your movies, actually. So, yeah.
Who was the name of that guy? He was a popular actor in the 90s in a cop show. His name was Dennis. Or no, he showed his ass, like one of the famous, like,
yes. And
that's Dennis Farina,
Blue.
right?
Was it NYPD Blue?
NYPD Blue. Yeah, what's that guy's name?
Dennis Farina, I think. Yeah.
Well, he was on it. Was it his butt?
This guy's a little.
Yeah, Dennis.
Bald.
Dennis
shit.
Farina hosted Unsolved Mysteries after.
He has the mustache and the hair that goes around.
Balding. Yeah.
Dennis. I'm sorry. Dennis
it is
Franz.
Dennis.
Franz is what we're thinking of.
Okay, so Detective Quinn is basically Dennis Franz here. This bald detective, and I believe Christine's like a freshman, maybe a sophomore at Gateway U. Maybe get your hand off of her, sleeveless shoulder.
Look how giant his hand is.
Look at Damon's meat hook. I mean, I know there's perspective and stuff going on there, but still, I think he could crack some lobster with his bare hands.
They like the hands.
Yeah.
So he's my favorite part of this splash page, by the way. The 2 characters in the foreground are just in the way they're realized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks awesome.
No, it looks great.
Shading on his face. Right. So we get a 2-page spread. So that's me. And wow, so we jump into Damon's mind and we see what he is seeing internally. And we get the Son of Satan Hasbro playset. It is a bunch of stalagmites, stalactites, boiling pits of oil, some creatures like looming over, like crawling around. And we see Damon here aghast and agog as he's kind of rocked back on his feet because he sees Madame Swabata sitting on the top of one of these rock formations, looming over him, as is the death card from the tarot. And
by the way,
I
brought tarot cards, and we can do a reading later. But they're monster themed ones.
Where'd you get
those? It's really insane.
What the hell?
Andrea gave them to me for Christmas.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
So we can do that later.
Cool.
Anyway.
Oh, yes.
Read a little of this copy in case you can't see this. It is quite impressive. All these rock formations, and it's obviously like a Marvel's hell, essentially. So it says, Damon stands alone in a place where trolls and gargoyles scale jagged spires of purple rock to scream at the sky. where claw-toed, leather-winged demons soar through sulfurous mists above pools of boiling oil. And across the dire landscape sits cackling the spirit of the dead woman who has invaded his consciousness and brought this disorientation upon him, the gypsy card reader Madame Swoboda, whose vengeful essence Damon must exorcise from himself if he is to regain control of his own powers of perception. And she looks like the witch from Snow White or whatever. I mean, she's a genuinely and generally scary looking character to me. I don't mean on an ageist way or a whatever way, but and she's sitting on top. And she says, "Here I am, Damon, right here on the other side of your soul. You've been a very gracious host thus far, but I can tell by your face I've worn out my welcome. So be it, but you'll have to escort me to the door if you can catch me." And this, some of the things I love about this, first of all, it just served me at 47. So I know if I saw a human hand in hell reaching out of a boiling pit of oil, just a desperation, it bothered me all the last couple of days. So as a kid, that would have really upset me.
Seriously, it's all I could see when I looked at this double page spread. I was just like, oh no, that's not cartoony.
I didn't even clock that.
Wow. It's the first thing
I'm just like, I was sold on exactly the way you described this, which was the playset, the Marvel playset by Kenner or whatever.
Yeah. Kenner.
I think that this, I would have loved this. And can you imagine like little foam things they would have had in there? Like, remember in the Star Wars,
trash compactor,
the Death Star trash compactor had all those little foam and Naga swimming in there. And, or is it Naga? I don't know. Anyway, you would have had that, and then a little lever. You push the lever, and that hand would come up through the thing. That would be amazing. We could make this.
We could. I need more nightmares. I do like that kind of on the sides and along the bottom, we see that in the foreground, these gargoyles and demon things kind of creeping towards him slowly, like just getting more and more brave as Madame Swoboda seems to be unafraid of this encounter. I love some of those characters, very kind of Kirby, just
craziness,
randomness. So this was upsetting to me. I liked it a lot, but cool stuff. But that I kept trying to think like, well, that maybe that guy is like Harvey Weinstein or something. Like you're probably not in there if you don't deserve it.
That's true. It is hell.
Yeah.
So,
and
it's not Fred Rogers.
Like, I'm fascinated by the color scheme in this particular thing as well. It's so insane. Like it's not exactly what you would first think of, which is what makes it amazing, because that's why they're doing what they do.
I feel like Phil, we've dealt with Phil Rachelson in Werewolf by Night, and I feel like he really kind of went to the school of Petra Goldberg in a lot of ways. I felt like in a lot of his issues, he was almost kind of mimicking her palette in a way.
That's great. It's really cool.
It is. It's awesome.
Yeah, very cool.
Okay, so next page. I like that after Swoboda's speech to him, the narration says, Damon's only answer is a battle cry. And so, he jumps up with his trident, soulfire flaming. But before he can kind of fly into the fray, he's overwhelmed by demons and is forced into a pit of liquid fire. So then we get another panel, just like the image that terrified us all of Damon in a pool of liquid fire with just his hand sticking out.
I have a suggestion.
I'm ready.
This is what, the fourth or fifth time we've really been focused on hands here.
Mm-hmm.
I would say anytime there's a hand is the focal point of something, we should drink.
Oh,
I agree. Let's take two for that.
I'm doing a real whiskey drink
because
for that.
If you think back at the beginning of the episode, we're talking about everyone's hands in that opening panel, right?
We did.
And then we get to hell and talking about that guy's hand sticking up to the thing. Look, this page is like this hand coming out of the reaching for him, and then the next panel is just the hand. There's a lot of hands going on here.
You're right. There's a theme going on that we need to utilize for drinking.
Yes, and yes, then that too.
So after we see this hand, and then Damon ends up sinking down, but falls out the bottom onto what Gerber describes as a cotton cloth cushion of feathers, which is the weirdest way to describe a pillow.
That was my high school nickname, by the way. That freaked me out when I saw that. I was like, how did they? That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Get out of my head.
Yeah.
I do love that silhouette, though. I love that panel
So
with the
do I.
silhouette.
Isn't it great?
Falling. It's so good. So
Yeah,
good.
it's really, really cool. So yeah, he lands on a pillow that is on a bed. Damon seems to have landed in his childhood room. And so, the final narration says, in a room which the son of Satan finds disturbingly familiar. And then he sees what also terrified me, which is just a child like staring at the wall, like just facing the wall, like Blair Witch style.
Yeah.
It's
So
just
good.
I was like, holy shit, this just got real. And Damon says, a child, but he seems not even to have noticed my descent. Young man, may I speak with you? Is this your room? Oh my God, the formalism here. It's just
You there, boy.
you
What
boy.
day is this?
What day is this?
Please don't tell your parents I appeared in your room without a shirt on.
And my big hands. I have
my
big
God.
hands.
My gigantic
Lobster
mitts.
hands.
We will
Yeah.
keep this to between us.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So I love, I love this surrealism stuff. All this crap just has my number. So like the idea of like falling through the bottom of a pool and then it being the bottom of another pool that you fall through upside down world. I love that shit, man. And
Yeah, me too.
It's so good. I know.
this whole thing is like-
I'm making fun, but I love this.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, have you guys ever watched or read about like Datura trips? Like there's YouTube videos of people just read Reddit accounts of people who did Datura. Have you ever? Do you know much about them? They're
I don't think so. No.
They're the seeds from the Nightshade family,
Mhm.
and there's this all these recipes online where you boil them down to this crap up on, you smoke them or whatever, and they are just bad. Like I've never read about a good trip on these things. Like they are all nightmare like shit like this, where it's just like,
so why do people do it?
I
Like,
don't know. I honestly don't know. And it can
Is
cause
it like that NyQuil challenge where you cook NyQuil? Is it like that sort of a thing? You do it because it's terrible?
you can't differentiate from reality. Like and it can take.
So it actually has an
last
effect.
weeks. It can do like short term brain damage. It can be permanent. It's fucking
shit.
horrifying.
Where do I get this?
So yeah, I will send you guys a link to there's just one channel that frequently will just go and round up people talking about their experiences, and they'll just read them with a little background music and some weird visuals, and it's just like, God, why would somebody do this themselves?
Wow.
I kept thinking about Datura this whole time. So, and Jacob, I did too. I was freaked out by that little boy facing the wall, a la Blair Witch. Same thing.
Actually,
I could not-
Jacob, behind you, it looks like there's someone standing facing the wall too.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Oh
in
yeah,
robes.
that's my wife's dress form.
You're
with
like,
a
oh
ton
yeah,
of,
that's like our ghost. It just sits there.
Well,
behind.
Matt said that I think our last bonus show that the devil mask we have hanging on the wall kept moving.
Yeah.
Which he has yet to show me. I don't know. I didn't quite
well,
see
you
it.
must have video. You could go back
Yeah,
and
I
do
do.
videos.
I put off editing that to the last minute, and I took an edible to watch something, and then it was way more than I bargained for. So just getting the episode out was a major fucking feat. So I've not gone back to that footage. I'm hoping it was just your camera moving, because it looked like there was a head moving up and down on your wall. That was apparently a devil mask. So
Amazing.
we'll figure that out.
Is there a devil mask?
I don't see it now.
The devil mask is actually up on the wall, but yeah, my camera was up a little higher, I think.
Oh, okay.
That's how I saw it.
The other point of reference for this little boy, for me, Jacob, was like, it made me think of that Simpsons with Johnny Cash when Homer's on the psychedelic trip and he sees Marge and he runs up to her and he keeps like running around her, and it's just her hair. There's no face, and it's like, I imagine that's what this is like too. Like no matter where you are, you're looking at his back.
Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah, he's in a boy's bedroom, and the next page we see it is young Damon, as you probably figured out by now, and he had hair horns when he was little. How cute is that? And
This
is a spiritual thing, so the kid knows.
How big are his hands? This kid.
they're normal size right now. So he says, hey, it's our room, Damon. It belongs to both of us. Me now, and you later. And he just freaks him out. By the seven circles, you are I? You are the child I was in years agone? Agone? I don't have ever even seen that before.
God.
But how can this be? Well, heck, Damon, sure. As he sits down on his bed next to his future self. Swabata's not the only one in here, you know. We're all here. All of us who are part of you. Me, you. And then he grabs Damon's hand and starts leading him through the house. And he says, there are others? Who? Where? Mommy, daddy, sis? Come on, I'll show you.
God.
Even Father Gossett's here. And then this freaks Damon out. He's like, whoa, okay. So now the comforting whatever this was is gone because the horrors, the Datura trip is kicking in again. He's like, wait, Gossett? How can you know about Gossett? He was the father superior at my seminary school. I met him years after you ceased to exist. He's like, but then you are here, so you do still exist. So he's just like,
He's so confused.
Wait, what the fuck? And so he opens up the closet door, and sure enough, we see this horrifying image come out. His father from seminary school with a demon riding him like chicken fight. His legs wrapped around him, and they're doing this creepy. I was gonna prepare some audio, but I ran out of time to like do this. Like, you know, one is they trade off words. So the father speaks, and the other thing speaks, and they trade off words. So you got a weird like Bizarro Superman versus Superman thing going on at the same time. So he's saying good, bad, evening, morning, Damon, pig, I, we, am, are, please, revulsed, 2, 3, look, spit at, upon, you, finally, again. Like, this is how this guy talks to him.
It's so
like
good.
Working his brain. So it says, make us me pray puke. So there's bold to indicate which is the demon and which is the father. And it keeps going on. And on the A beginning, middle, God, Satan created Chu, the A heaven pig, and without the A earth mother, then the A earth pig is unformed, and but void armed. And
So
Damon's like done. It says stop.
Did you think about like I was looking at this going, okay, is there like a coded thing in here? Is it like on a middle Satan chewed a pig without a mother, then a pig is unformed but armed?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Okay, look at this. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. Now the earth was unformed but void. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. The demons is a little bit gibberish.
Yeah, his is a little bit more. The other one's good.
Like, the first one makes kind of sense. Bad morning pig.
Yeah.
We are
I kinda
revulsed.
like that.
We are revolt. I don't know why it says 3. We are
And I
revulsed
like that the
to
pig-
spit upon you finally again, whatever.
The pig is uniformed but armed. Yeah, that's good. I like it.
Ooh, I didn't even pick up on that.
I think I'm going to go with that one.
Yeah.
No, reading this just made me think of the the equinox sample that we have in the theme. Just
Yeah.
the whole. That's all I could think of was like thus and thine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
You need to stop saying that because I know what it is, and you shouldn't say it backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
But I love that bottom middle panel so much. It's just so scary. Like,
Right?
you just really imagine that thing. I imagine that thing is very slimy, just disgusting. Anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I would, and this drool's just running down the back of his like suit jacket.
And then the guy not like acting like this thing isn't even on him, but it is, and it's even like playing. The thing's fingers going to be playing with its cheeks and things like that. That'd be so rad.
Just messing with him, sticking his claw in his
and
ear.
the guy just as straight ahead keeps going. You know.
Yeah, in that last panel, he's literally reading from the Bible. Like he's just pretending like it's not happening. It's so
exactly.
creepy.
It's so great.
I need a statue of that guy.
It's perfect.
Super scary. So weirdly enough, I was drawn to the on the bottom row, the far left panel, just because it's colored so strangely. Like it's this weird, like little avant-garde portrait of Damon.
Yeah.
And so I was drawn to that. I love it.
Yep.
I do too. I did skip over that. You're right.
I do love the middle in the middle, the other sort of pencil sketch one, which is great too. The realization was all like, confused.
It's like gray purple.
Yeah,
I love that too.
So good.
And the first panel made me laugh just because it looks like if Richie Rich met Damon Hellstrom, this is what he would look like in the comic strip.
Yeah, it's like a blonde Bobby Brady.
Yeah,
it is. Like golly, Damon. Yeah, it's really, really funny. So okay, next page.
By the way, clown. No one acknowledges that weird clown in the background of that top left panel.
I was distracted.
I was confused. I'm like, are we drinking to clowns? Because I'll drink to clowns. Yeah.
So
it looks like that clown. What is the clown from Out of the Inkwell that we were talking about the other episode?
It's not. shit.
I don't know.
I really should know
Coco?
this. Coco. It's Coco the clown.
It's like
yeah.
Coco kind of.
Yeah.
It's almost like it feels like it's so far away that it could be life size. That's just weird.
You're right.
He's like, I just killed this clown.
Yeah. All right. So, next page, Damon says, can you not hear how the demon twists and distorts the sacred words? I know not how you came to be saddled with such a fiend, but it must be driven from you. I cannot allow it to sully your memory. And so, Damon, bathes the holy man and his demon in soul fire. And then, the narration went on to say, and when the trident's flame had ceased.
Sorry, that was named my first album.
Yeah.
Soulfire.
I thought when the Soulfire, when the trident's flame had ceased. It says a macabre reversal of roles has been effected, much to Damon's horror and dismay. So now the demon seems to have switched totally with Damon's what was it called? It was Father Superior, he's called in a lot of these, right? Is that how we should refer to him as?
Can I ask you a question?
I don't know.
Yeah, please.
and maybe I don't think you've talked about this, but I mean, there are a lot of Thor isms going on with this character, right?
Yes.
I mean, it's almost like he travels the same way. He speaks similarly. Is that do people talk? Is that people mention that? I don't know. Just seems
not
so
as
obvious.
much as it seems
like just do Thor, but in hell.
Yeah.
Hell Thor.
It makes sense.
I think we made a point at one early on
cool.
the season, like he's basically Doctor Strange and Thor put together.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Please continue with the nightmare, Jacob, because this
my
bottom
God.
row fucking freaks me out.
Yeah, well, especially
Amazing.
that panel I'm talking about now, to where, the demon suddenly is in the Father Superior suit, like his snazzy, cool youth pastor suit from 1974 or whatever, and so it's just his head sticking out, and then he's holding by the throat the naked human form of Damon's Father Superior, and it's so fucking scary and weird. And the demon says, "Thank you, my son, for ridding me of the good I was forced to ride." It's so weird and scary. And then I have to read this just because it kind of came out of nowhere for me. But so it's really scary. The last panel we talked about was super scary, and then the next narration it's the old joke about the man in the shrink's office with the pelican on his head. The pelican says, "Now how do I get rid of this man under me?" And then it just switches right back. It's like the demon applauds the young exorcist's bold effort. I was like, did
we'll
that just
never
get
know.
Pasted in for some
We're
weird,
never going to know the answer to that.
acid trip reason?
I bet you what happened was that I think that they looked at this and was like, this is actually really scary and fucked up, this whole thing. Just put a joke in somewhere.
So
that it's just
shrink's office joke in there.
Yeah, they have to put a vaudeville joke in. It's just
you don't even have to finish the joke. Just set it up. Just set up, and that's good enough. That'll get us past the whatever.
Well, it pulled me out of it, so I mean, it worked.
See, now it's a fun, lighthearted romp. It's not what the thing we were talking.
Yeah,
psychological.
Bob Newhart just keeps coming up in this episode.
It's now BJ and the Bear.
Yeah.
Right.
So the demon claps his hands, and Damon just goes flying. I do love the movement and the action in that final panel where you really do see. I mean, it perfectly demonstrates he's just being flung back at 1,000 miles an hour. But actually what happens, so in the narration it says, and suddenly the room becomes a vertical corridor down which the satanic man spawn plunges. I love man spawn. I don't think we've heard him called that before, right, Matt?
I think a new epithet just joined the intro to the show. Well, I think
the satanic man spawn.
Oh, yes.
AKA the satanic man spawn.
Goddamn
okay.
right.
Yeah. All right.
My next license plate.
Jack Russell had like 7 by now at this point.
He did. I bet it felt really good, I'm sure, for you to read all of them off, like in our final episodes.
Yeah. How many were there in the end? Do you remember?
At least 6 or 7.
It was like 8 or 9. Yeah, it got.
Yeah.
You got to double that.
Because once it was Russell Jackson. Remember when he met Tony Stark?
Funny.
Hi, I'm Russell Jackson.
God, that panel is burned in my brain just because of his uncomfortable face.
Can we go back for a second to panel 3? Because again, the scarring tissue, the scar tissue continues. So he has shot this soul fire at this figure, this abomination, and it looks like some like Fulci Exorcist ripoff, 70s whatever Italian horror thing. But then it says the ill-shapen gargoyle emits a cold, whining wail of laughter. The good father screams.
Yeah.
Like just flesh melting off, and the gargoyle's like,
Yeah.
It's one of my most favorite things I've ever read. This is amazing.
horrifying.
It's really good.
All right. Well, the next page, if anybody was missing Gerber's first foray into Son of Satan, we go back to the fan favorite Ichthalon. And we met him back in issue 12, I think. And he represents the embodiment of man's stagnation of thought and resistance to change. And he resides within Damon. So Damon's shocked. He's like, I destroyed you in Spotlight number 14. Sorry. Thanks, Lynn. He said, you did not destroy me, the Scion of Hell. And he's choking Damon. Damon's like, ice cubes are forming on Damon's head as he's being throttled by this big GoBot looking guy made of ice. And honestly, at this point, I don't know what you were thinking, Jacob. I was like, okay, so Gerber knows he has 2 more issues. I think he's doing, this is like what Lynch did with Twin Peaks: The Return. Like he's just like visiting some of his favorite ideas, bringing up stuff that he did earlier, and just kind of doing like a victory lap of like, we had some good times here. This is a fun couple years.
A little bit, yeah.
I didn't love that.
I didn't either.
I didn't love it because everything before it was so beautifully screwed up and so frightening and psychologically scarring, and this just felt like now I'm watching Super Friends.
Yep,
exactly.
It was just like the channel change, and I was like, what? Yeah.
And part of me is like, okay, channel change. That actually makes sense here because this is just a bunch of nightmare scenarios. But I agree with you. Ultimately, overall, I was bummed by the change in tone and whatever, and bringing this character back that was clunky in the first place. If Gerber wanted to dig at academics and the college in St. Louis they didn't like, that's fine. But like, we didn't need to have him come back.
Not at all.
So he chucks Damon over the edge of a chasm and just basically says, you like all men have the characteristic in you that is part of your folly of humanity, and chucks him off a cliff.
Yeah, not my favorite page. I'm sure it's not either of your favorite pages either. Not much to say.
This is where I was like, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. Let's move on to a much cooler page.
Yeah.
Because narration reads, but for the lucky happenstance that Damon's fabled flaming chariot drawn by the demon steeds, I mispronounce this every time, Matt.
Hecate.
Hecate, that's what it is. Hecate, Set, and Amon chooses this very moment to swing low beneath him. And I'm like, okay, yeah, we get your joke. Like we get it.
Yeah. That's then like pretty.
Yeah. It's lowbrow for Gerber.
It's total lowbrow.
A little bit. Yeah.
It doesn't also age.
It's not even low hanging fruit. It's just fruit on the ground. It's bruised with worms.
But those horse faces look amazing.
Yes.
Yeah. No, the art on this page is awesome. I like every panel on this page. Yeah. But yeah. So I mean, last time we saw, like it says in this, last time we saw the steeds and chariot were at his estate in Massachusetts, but. Yeah, I mean, we're so into dream logic by now. And you're right. Michael, you were right. It is like a channel change every single page.
Yeah.
Which I get what Gerber's doing. And I think that
it just threw me off at first. Like I was really like, wait, what? And then it made me like leave the story for a moment, and that's, I don't know if that's usually not a good thing, but
I don't know if it's ever a good thing.
Yeah.
Really. But yeah, so he kind of, he lands on the chariot, kind of steadies himself. And then, so he seems to be all in control again. He's got his steeds, he's got his chariot. But then, my God, I love the last panel of this page because it seems like he's looking off panel, and it says, and only then can he pause to view the team of equine demons, but then is already far too late. Then things have changed once again. And yeah, the expression on his face, and I love the progression of those final 3 panels.
It's a real camera move, that bottom row.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
It's so
a real camera
great.
move. And that would be like a perfect storyboard for the camera to go down and around, push in. It's so cool. It's just great.
Yeah, I love it too. Like he's following, he's landing in the chariot. Second panel, he's collecting himself, gathering the reins, and then the third one, he's realizing his situation and that expression on his face and that light from below of like just the shock physically manifesting in like highlights coming from below. So cool.
Really fun.
Love it. I know they're demons, so I shouldn't worry, but I do like animals more than people. So when it said Damon left the steeds tethered in the cavern below Fire Lake, I was like, how long has he been in St. Louis? Like, I know they don't need oats, but I'm still worried about like somebody's checking on them, right?
No, they're probably already dead.
They can't. They're at the bottom of a lake. They're at the bottom of Fire Lake and like subterranean
Honestly,
cavern.
they've been dead for a long time. Don't worry about them. They're fine.
Nah.
Look at their
Yeah,
faces. That's like those are dead horses.
They've been
You're
playing
right.
poker for like 3 months.
Yeah.
They're fine. Sorry, go ahead.
Are we moving to the next page?
Not until you're done.
Fine. All right. Good.
Yeah. No, we're ready.
No, whatever. No. I'm excited.
I'm not moving on.
Yeah.
Oh, we're just gonna sit here.
Matt's boots.
No,
to
we're
the
very.
ground right
I'm
there.
just excited by what's coming up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll accept that. So we get to see what Damon saw that horrified him in that last panel. And what he sees is that the 3 demon steeds have been turned into Christine, Byron, and Dr. Reynolds. And they have the bits in their mouths and they're pulling the chariot. And he's his own body is in a state of coma. He's like reflecting back on the significance of what does all the stuff I've seen mean? My body in a coma. I saw me as a child. My mentor that I couldn't exorcise a demon from, a demon of frozen thought, and now my friends are all basically beasts of burden to me. What does that mean? I like that. It was a strange twist.
Yeah.
It was.
It's cool.
It shocked me when I turned the page,
Me
for
too.
sure.
And I hadn't seen Byron
It's
for a
just
while.
really smart. It's just really scary too.
Yeah, I mean, this
Yeah.
is the horror in this issue is real.
Yeah.
I like the self-doubt. Like, I like that, because Damon's pretty haughty or at least stoic a lot of times. And to have him in this crisis where he's like, how does my being affect people around me and people that I do care about, whether I show that or not?
Yeah.
It was just a cool moment, like a raw moment for him. So I like that. And then we move on. He's flying across some sand-strewn wastes of desert. And then he sees one lone tombstone out there. And so he hops off the chariot and says, oh, no. And the headstone says Victoria Hellstrom, born in 1920 and died, is that right? 20? And then when did she die? 53? Yeah. Right? She's like 33. Yeah. So he's like, my mom wasn't buried in the desert. I know this isn't real, but it says perhaps she was not laid to rest at all. And then woman's hand comes out through the sand. Creepiest panel, I think, maybe in this whole thing.
We got a hand, folks. We got a drink.
Yeah. All right. Let's drink it.
That was a good call.
Yeah, it was a really good call.
though. So the desert
it's
is
great.
bathed in moonlight. So the sand and the headstone are blue, and then it's this purple hand coming up with just sand streaming off of it as it breaks the surface.
So cool.
And then the last, we get
like
another
moonlight.
psychedelic shift. It is not actually his mom. It is Linda Littletrees. Is this Littletrees, right?
Yeah, it is. This is wrong.
It turns into Linda Littletrees pulling herself up out of the sand. She was also known as Witch Woman, and he exorcised a demon from her in his first appearance in Ghost Rider 1 and 2. She says, greetings, Damon. I've recovered your trident for you, a token of my appreciation for casting out the demon which had possessed me. Here, take it. And she hands it to him. And this last panel I love as we're looking, he's holding it up in front of him, kind of regarding it, fingering it lovingly. And there's this, we get the lights on the other side of the trident. So it's just all bathed in shadow except for one little rim. And it says, you've changed since I last saw you, Damon. You seem a bit kinder, more human. Do I?
Do I? I would also say that those hands are fairly prominent.
They are.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
let's do it.
You know.
So yeah, it was at this point that I realized, okay, so Gerber's doing the whole. I didn't want to do the Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde thing with this character when I took the book over, so I integrated these characters, and that probably should have been handled a little better with a little more thought and care and like shaking out the details. So that's what these last 3 issues have been, I think, ultimately leading up to.
Yeah, I mean, really, really cool page. You described it so well. I'm just going to move on.
I love it that you see his eye on that bottom one. Just the one.
Right.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I mean, everything about that is just
the composition of that panel is.
Yep.
I love this page actually quite a bit.
It's good.
Yeah. So next page, now Linda turns into his mother. Says, to Linda you may, but not to me. Damon says, what? Mother! And then, we see Victoria, and she says, to me, son, you seem very cold, very distant, but perhaps that's because I'm about to die again. Pity, I so want to help you.
Typical mom.
Yeah, right?
Guilt trips.
Guilt trips. She says, do you know where you are, son? Have you any notion why all this is happening to you or what it all means? You don't, do you? And he's like, no, have I died too, mother? And he's like, am I condemned to wander all eternity among the ghosts of my past, living again the pain I've caused to others? And then I loved this. Suddenly, Victoria is now Madame Swoboda, who says, oh, shut up, my son. Quotes. He's like, no, not you. And then, we get a really great panel of Swoboda just looking super great and desiccated and just, and I love the all red background on that too.
Dude, that's a Graham Angles.
It's so Graham Angles, right? I mean, I think that's maybe the most Graham Angles we've seen. Well, that and that next panel are both the most Graham Angles that Madame Swoboda has seen this entire time. And they're so cool. And she's just like, yes, it's me, you dunce.
Yeah.
You're so stupid.
Like she just says, oh, shut up.
She does. It's so great.
Yeah, shut up.
Yeah, well, this is her story, you know. Damon's just living in it. And she's like, you're at police headquarters in St. Louis, Missouri, fool. Now I'll grant you, St. Louis isn't heaven, but it's hardly. And I love that he just leaps at her. I think because of the St. Louis
he's like, how
joke.
dare you besmirch the good name?
The good city. And so he's so pissed and like leaps towards her saying, enough, silence, I'll hear no more of your madness. By the Hadean chimes, because he leaps towards her and she is
St. Louis. He loves it.
He does. It makes him so angry. No, he loves the arch. He loves
it.
Yeah.
Don't diss that stuff, man.
I spent a month there 1 week a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Great panel bottom left of her laughing.
Dude.
Yeah.
With her, and by the way, check out her hand.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, this all means something. This is important.
But seriously, like that is so good. That's a very Disney actually pose in terms of like Medusa from Rescuers, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that sort of like she was it's amazing.
That's good. Good call.
Yeah.
So I got Swoboda Bing Bada Boom. Or what about Old Crone Rope-a-Dope?
Oh, somebody out there.
You just got gypsied. I got some catchphrases we can pass.
These are all good. What was the first one again?
Swoboda Bing Bada Boom.
Yeah, I think that's it. That was the one that just as soon as I heard it, I was like, yeah. So folks, somebody out there, please make a drink labeled,
Swoboda Bing Bada Boom.
There it is.
All right. Yeah, I mean, she's playing him like a fiddle. Like I thought he was a little bit smarter than this. Like,
nope.
No, but he
basically did the Three Stooges like at the end.
Yeah, sort of.
Types at her.
But just the way I think about it, like I think that it's like when you see things inside yourself that you don't like, it really screws you up. So I think that he was seeing these things as like real revelations and things that the uncomfortable things he doesn't want to deal with, And when you're faced with that, I think that makes you really like confused. And so it's, to me, if it's played in that tone, it felt really cool. You know?
I like that. It's like the NEM, from Wizard of Oz. Like, It's just you're taking the heart of the thing and twisting it and stabbing me with it.
Yeah, no,
I like that.
I think it's so cool how they're doing this. You know, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
So the next page, at this moment, Damon has awoken in his physical form and has vanished as he's bounding out of bed in the police department. Everything is gone. I feel alive. My limbs, I can feel them move. Feel the air that fills my lungs. So he's having his George Bailey moment, right? Like, and everyone around him in the department's like going, oh, Doc, he snapped out of his coma. He's awake. Oh, thank God. He's going to be all right. And there's this moment here where I tried to read pages without looking at the entire page first and just kind of go panel by panel and have it exposed to me as I move through the page. So when I got to panel 3 and I saw Kathy putting her hand under, cupping his chin and lovingly looking at him, and he says, Dr. Reynolds, but you're not surprised by my sudden appearance here? She's like, you've been here all along, Damon. You were in a coma. You were treated into yourself for a time, and then I looked at the next page, intimacy gone. Hank Pym on bath salts just backhands her and throws her across the room. Then how am I to know this too is not illusory? That all is not illusion, phantasm or substance. Get you aside, out of my way. And he backhands her and throws her across the room. So that was sad. And then the next page,
sad. It was amazing. It was also it looked like a shot, like if you freeze frame John Travolta in Olivia Newton-John in Grease at some point, like that. That's what it would look like. They're in the middle of a song over here. It's the best. Anyway, sorry. You can edit that out.
Whatever you want, boss. So the next panel, I love that we're looking through the window at him, and it's at this weird canted Dutch Batman angle, so it's all blue because of looking through the glass. Big glass, by the way. And this is a teaser for Jacob and I. This was written for us. So I'm going to have a drink just because this is, come on. I know what you're doing. Mm-hmm. We've been drinking the big glass from season 1. He's looking, Damon's looking at the glass like, I see now there is no such thing as reality. Existence does not exist. And he's grabbed his trident and Quinn is behind him and Christine and like, no! And he's just charging towards the glass with his trident. And then finally Quinn gets his hands around him. He's like, he's completely out of his mind. Chris, help me, grab him before he hurts himself. And Lord knows who else. And Damon's like, fool, did you not hear the doctor's diagnosis? I'm not out of my mind. I am fully and completely into my mind. My head has swallowed me up. I am totally self-possessed. And he backhands Christine Sand and Quinn.
Yeah.
But now he's just flung his arms behind him and thrown them off. So he's gone fucking fully amped out bananas. He came out of a coma and he was just got bada bing bada boom. So he's knocked for a loop right here.
Yeah, no. He's totally on like bath salts or something at this point.
Yeah, but it's funny, especially that last panel. It was just like he's someone taking the est course.
This would be like
salts. It's like I am self-possessed.
It would be like would be like a TMZ video of someone just losing their shit. You know what I mean? Nicolas Cage loses his mind after not getting tickets to a Taylor Swift concert.
Yeah. That's
something. Anyway,
I love that next to the last panel when he's being held back by Christine and Quinn. That look on his face where he's just straining against them and his muscles are all bulging and he's starting to do his diagnosis. He sounds like a Scientologist.
I love the panel that's through the window. But Matt, it's funny. Like a lot of times, I won't use the I'll read on Marvel Unlimited and I won't use the smart panel option. I'll just look at the pages. This one I did the smart panel thing, so I looked at it panel by panel as well, which was kind of cool for this issue, especially.
Totally. Lots of surprises.
Lots of surprises and lots of stuff that I think the experience reading this panel by panel, I really encourage everyone to try it. But a lot of the things kind of reminded me of other things. For some reason, the existence does not exist. It just made me think. I mean, we already brought up Twin Peaks: The Return. It made me think of the what is it? The evolution of the arm, screaming non-existence. Yeah,
totally.
So that's how I heard Damon's voice in that panel.
This is great.
Yeah, I did not see any of this coming, by the way. Like that whole, like the first panel of like, I'm alive, yay, I've got my flesh back, and I can breathe air in these lungs, and then
it's just like,
attacking everybody.
Yeah, he assaults everyone in the room that's been
he's
helping
like, you
him.
lie,
Yeah.
you lie.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah,
and
from
then
Jimmy
this is
Stewart to
like, this where they fall through and he's talking to this. Did we get there yet?
No.
Okay. I'll
Yeah,
wait
no, this is so next page.
Yeah.
So Damon like hurls himself out the window, but totally just eats shit on the sidewalk, which I don't know. I thought he could jump through a window a little better than that.
No.
But yeah, so he
So did you read the description though? Why this didn't work? Because it was pretty funny.
It is pretty funny. So with those words, Damon sends himself hurtling through the office window to an abrupt and painful meeting with the sidewalk. The soul fire cannot function without Damon's fullest concentration to fuel it. So yeah, I know.
Just broken concentration.
Yep.
Yeah, he lands on his chin.
Oh God.
And to drink the big glass, because he did make it through that glass.
He did make it through. So thank God for big glass.
Michael, we drink when big glass gets involved. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. So yeah, I love that. So it says that a hand. Oh, sorry, Michael. What were you going to say?
Hand. That's what I was going to say.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go. Yeah, we got to the hand. We're drinking to that.
And well, you have the hand. Okay. Then they have the hand panel. And then the middle panel is the freeze frame. And then you just hear, "This is me."
Yeah.
Right. And then it's just like this whole, let me start from the beginning.
Totally.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right.
In media res, kind of like, oh, wow.
Yes. Oh boy.
Yeah, so this hand shakes him awake, but the narration reads, he cannot be certain even of that. The child within him sings, row, row, row your boat. Life is but a dream. But then, yeah, suddenly, I love that panel. That I guess what would be the fourth panel.
Good.
It's so good. And again, I think that we've learned, we've talked about that Petra Goldberg kind of, started this heavy use of purples, especially in the horror titles.
Yeah.
But it just works so well. And I think other people like Phil Rachelson has copied her on this because, I don't know. It's almost like she set a different house color style for the horror
for this line of books.
And I also just love life is but a dream.
And who among us hasn't woken up to something like that after a few too many one night in your 20s? You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, I love the description. So yeah, we see the Satan as Baphomet, and then in the next panel when we see him for real, the narration says, and so perhaps is this hirsute incarnation of Satan known as Baphomet, with whom Damon now converses. And then I love that Baphomet is very fancy and erudite a little bit. He's just like, oh dear, I perceive you are cognizant of the possible unreality of my presence.
Yeah.
I did not expect that. Didn't expect Baphomet to, sound like a college professor. But Damon says, I know not what I perceive, nor by whose designs. God, is every line that he has in this clunky?
Yeah.
It really is.
I don't know. Hard to say those lines.
It's weird. It's like, and Gerber has, we've seen shades of this in previous issues, but Gerber has gone full Verily in this issue.
Faux Shakespeare.
It's weird.
It'd be tough, like on Broadway, seeing Oscar Isaac say that and still not be like,
what I perceive. I know not what I perceive.
Yeah.
Nor by whose designs.
Don't worry, if you don't like the way Baphomet's talking now, he turns into Maynard G. Krebs in the next panel.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see, like, what's the right thing for that line? Like, how do you say it and make it work? I don't know.
My God, yeah, Baphomet.
Clint Eastwood, these lines, they might work.
Yeah,
I cannot tell a lie, my son. So you're right. He totally changes. He's like, you are getting your head together. That is why I chopped down the cherry tree of your mind, if you can dig the metaphor.
Oh, God, I don't want to know what happened.
Timothy Leary in a way. Like you're right. It is more Maynard G. Krebs. I think that's much more accurate there.
I also don't.
Yeah, she says, you are coming perilously close to confronting yourself, Damon. That's why the world must crumble around you, and why I must abandon you to the void while I pause here to survive.
And Damien's like, I understand.
Yeah, I know. It's just like, I'm just gonna keep falling through
Like,
this
I get it.
nether world.
I get it.
Yeah.
Everyone hates me. It's fine.
So there's a random just hole that opens up as this Baphomet exchange is going on. They just jump down a sidewalk hole, and I love in that final panel is Baphomet saying, "I must bid you adieu, my friend, because this is where I pause." And I realize, oh, that's cool, because they actually have Baphomet landing on the obelisk that his character sits on in the tarot deck. That's
Okay, that is pretty fucking cool.
I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he wears
Okay.
Speedos.
Who's on the next page? Because
Me.
okay, we are now into Sid and Marty Krofft mode.
Totally.
Right.
Yes.
This is absolutely right out of like the Boogaloos or whatever, Witchy Poo, the whole thing. This is what's happening now.
But
I got Sigmund and the Sea Monsters vibes.
Yes.
But
yes,
yeah.
Totally.
it definitely had again, I'm keeling wildly, oscillating back and forth between like this works and this does not work.
Yes. Well,
Yes.
I mean, you're seeing to a panel with a guy landing on a motorcycle. I mean,
yeah. And if this were a cartoon, Steppenwolf would be playing right here. Like it would just be like this, just neck break, needle drop moment where it's like, what the fuck is going? Which everything fits what Gerber's doing. I just don't know if I always like it.
Yeah, I know. I can't tell.
Yeah.
This one was a tough one for me.
Yeah. So
this turn.
Damon has continued falling through space, and there is a great space coaster of road, like a ribbon flying through the cosmos. It's all the Ditko, Kirby space stuff you love. And along this roller coaster strip of road is Ghost Rider coming along on that's his second, that's a Mach 2 of his bike, right? The one that Brad hates.
He hates this one. Yeah, Brad hates this
It's like
bike.
an insect skull. So yeah, Damon just drops in and lands on the back seat behind Ghost Rider. Suddenly the yawning blackness is punctuated with points of light and a 2-lane ribbon of golden highway, along which roars Johnny Blaze, the Ghost Rider. That's when the studio audience starts clapping. Howdy, Damon. Heard the good news? Your pop and I have parted company. I'm afraid of this fall on ABC.
This fall on ABC.
Your pop.
Yeah, your pop and I have parted company. I'm a free man. So apparently the demon, I thought it was Zarathos, but back in the old day, it was actually Satan.
Yeah.
Air quotes. So he's like, yeah, I'm a free man now. And I love this third panel. It's this strange little profile of Damon grimacing, and it's in like these really soft, like jaundice yellow with this jaundice green and blacks. And he's like, very angrily grimacing, saying, then I was brought to you for a reason. You must possess the answer I seek. And Johnny says, hey, wait, your attitude's all screwed up, man. Nobody brought you to me. You brought yourself here inside you because you've got the answer. So
he's like,
we
I'm
thought
just
we were
here to
back in
have a
St.
good
Louis.
time.
Yeah, we're not in St. Louis. Yeah, we're going to have a good time.
Ghost Rider's like, I'm literally just here to have a good time. I don't want to hear any of this shit.
Yeah. I'm gonna spark a bone in about 2 minutes. And,
I'm gonna do a wheelie. I'm gonna get high.
Switch the track.
If you're into that, you're welcome to. If not, just beat it.
Well, he's on some kind of cosmic Hot Wheels track.
Yeah,
he's coming out of himself.
When the
He's
track
cool.
flips over, Cashmere's gonna play. So I don't want to hear any of your bullshit when that starts. No talking when Cashmere's playing.
He's over all of this shit. He's like, he doesn't even have a head anymore. He doesn't care.
In this next long, skinny horizontal panel, he says, the others kept you from seeing how simple it really is. Sobata wormed her way into your mind. Then you absorbed yourself into yourself to find her and drive her out. Right so far? And Damon's like, yes. Yeah. He's like, okay, but you can't find her. You've been detoured at every turn. So obviously someone or something inside you, some part of you, is protecting her and making you crazy in the process. So Johnny, being very undude, is laying out a lot of Gerberian shit here. But he's basically saying, you thought you woke up from the dream. You're still in the dream. She's still skull fucking you right now. You need to get her out of your head. You're still possessed by this woman's ghost. Yeah. Right?
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah. So he's saying, well, by all the souls of the damned, you mean my own demonic self is attempting to destroy me, tear me apart from within? And Johnny's just like, dude, Cashmere's starting. And he just guns it. And Damon goes flying off with his trident. And Johnny's like, I am so done with that conversation.
I love it. It's like
my edible just kicked in and I don't want to talk to you anymore.
I know. It's like Ghost Rider does not reply. Or there is no need. The son of Satan has an answer and must do with it what he will.
Born to be wild. So
Yeah.
these vignettes get increasingly corn dog as we're kind of circling the drain here to the inevitable ending.
Promise. It was such, Kubrick promise in the beginning.
It did. Yeah. No, totally.
And now it's like carnival. I don't know. Again, Super Friends or wacky racers now. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah. Well, we get Satana on the next page. So
and we do
like wacky racers. So I'm not gonna totally abandon this thing.
No,
yet.
I mean, who doesn't like wacky racers? Come on.
I'm just I just loved all the weird shit so much. But maybe it needs balance. So
yeah. All right, so Damon then arrives in what he assumes to be a church of his choice, which I thought was a weird assumption to me.
I didn't understand it. I read it a couple times. I don't get it.
I know. I still don't understand it. But then it says, but then he had jumped not knowing what to expect, a foolhardy act perhaps, though it appears as he glances toward the pulpit, his instincts have not led him astray. So he sees Swoboda at the pulpit of this church of his choice. And Swoboda says, no, I am but a good sister, Damon, a good sister with a bad habit of going where I'm not wanted. Damon, goes to attack her, and then suddenly it's his sister who takes off the mask and clothes of Swoboda, the hag, says, you won't listen, so I suppose I'll have to show you. See, I am a sister, your sister, Damon. And he says, Satana! Satana! Yeah, that was great.
Satana!
Yeah, you're right. Like he would be so theatrical about it. He really would.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then we get a, kind of creepy last panel, which she just goes right in and wraps her arms around, his neck. It says, I wouldn't
you
sure
ever
you
read the Hotel New
me.
Hampshire?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's similar thing. The brother and the sister.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's the vibes of that last panel for sure.
Yeah.
And she says, we were but children when we last saw one another. He says, and even then you had chosen to follow our father's path. So Matt, was the last time that we saw her sacrificing their family's cat?
Well, we did that bonus where I did the
yes. But in Son of Satan's book.
Yes, you're correct, sir.
Really?
Yeah.
So I intended to do some more stuff with Athena and do some more voice acting and maybe a little drama, but just didn't have time this season to. I'll probably still kick out some Satana stuff in future seasons.
Are you afraid? Sure. Are you afraid that Athena will eclipse you? That she will, become more popular than you on the show if you allow her to?
No, the adult cuts their teeth on the bones of the father. It's fine. I don't mind.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's how nature works.
Yeah, that's life, man.
Yeah.
That's not very far for me to fall, to be honest with you.
That's okay.
Just jumping out a window, landing on my chin with my trident in my hand. It's not a big.
She was great on that episode. She was great.
She was. I mean, I'll be Ed McMahon
to hear her point of view
to Athena. So I mean, I'll just be her number 2. It's fine by me.
Cool.
Yeah. I'll just laugh at all of her jokes. It'll be a good show. People listen.
Cool. I guess I'll be Larry Bud Melman every 10 weeks.
Well, you did earlier say that you do relate more to the Ed McMahon or the what was the other one?
Hank Kingsley.
Hank
Sanders show.
Yes. So
jam.
I don't know.
That's cool. I'll just be the producer.
Mm-hmm.
Just be like the shows I do for my.
You'll be just smoking the cigars, taking in the money.
No, I think that means doing all the unfun work and not having any of the fun work.
Is what you were talking about.
No, teach Athena all the editing stuff.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, yikes.
Okay. No, I bet she could do it.
Yeah, she probably could, but
Satana's very Romita-y on these, very much like the way that. So, folks, I think we did a public bonus show episode, and I took her first appearance from Vampire Tales #2. I forgot who wrote it, but it was Romita art, and it's just like this real 4 or 5 page thing showing her being stalked in the streets of New York by this creepy ne'er-do-well. She runs into an alley to escape him. people are led to believe that she is a victim and about to be victimized, and then she kisses the dude and sucks his soul out in the form of a butterfly and leaves him a withered husk, and stalks off into the evening, very proud of herself. And so that was the first official Marvel first magazine appearance of her doing what she does. So she frequented Haunt of Horror and Vampire Tales and like Marvel Premiere or Marvel Preview, whatever that magazine stuff. It was more adult because she's a succubus. She's Satan's daughter, and she's a succubus in the kind of stricter sense. I mean, it was cleaned up to the point of being kissing and just physical intimacy, stealing souls, but same kind of idea. So it's weird seeing her here doing that in a kid's book for 10-year-olds because this isn't Pornhub 40 years from now. This is now. This is the 70s. Yeah. God damn it. We don't need sibling sex scenarios. It's gross.
We don't. Yeah. And look how big his hand is in that panel.
It's a big hand. I think we know what these mean now.
Sweet lady liquor eases the pain.
I really like this next page, guys. We're getting close to the end here, but
yeah. Hang in there, folks.
So Satana is like really getting up in Damon's business, saying, but we're still best friends, aren't we, Damon? We can still play together. I can still give you a sisterly kiss. And he's got the face that we're all making, like, but her lips touch his cheek, not his lips, cheek. That's sisterly, I guess. And he screams, and up from his throat flutters a black butterfly. And I love how Deadite Sam Raimi, like his mouth gets way too wide and big, like an amusement park ride decoration.
Yep.
That your roller coaster is going to go into. And this black butterfly comes out, and then it starts morphing and mutating in these red and pink auras. It says his sister, the succubus, has stolen his soul, or one of them. And the black butterfly starts getting a humanoid form, and then it fully forms into the shadow self of Damon. And he says, free! And he's black and white, photo negative. And he says, so at last I can see you. At last I may view from without the pitiable shell which contains me, which I loathe, and the sight of which sickens me. You'll shame our father no more, exorcist, for here and now you die. And he starts blasting his version of Soulfire, which is Blackfire, right at Damon. Damon narrowly avoids it, dives between the pews to get out of the way of it, but he's recognized his own flame, wielding stance that his self holds when he is about to shoot Soulfire. So he's like, oh shit, I know what's coming next, and dives out of the way. And then they engage, and it gets pretty violent. So it's lunging beneath the flame. Then Damon tackles his second self head on, which alas diverts the demon's trident upward, sending the flame through the church roof, toppling the structure. So in this little clash here, the trident has shot up, Blackfire shot up, and has destroyed the church, which is coming down around their ears. I'm a super sucker. I mean, you guys know I love Twin Peaks. So the dweller on the threshold, the shadow self that you have to face, any kind of spiritual trial, I'm a huge fan of.
Yeah.
So I mean, I love this stuff, man. I love doppelgangers.
It's great.
Yeah, me too.
And everything about this page is fantastic.
Is it weird that I loved the last panel almost the best in a weird way? Because the church is toppling in such a strange way. It's like the black Soulfire comes up. It is. It's imploding, like kind of just like sucking in on itself a little bit. But it's such a, I don't know. I was really fascinated with that panel. I love the action in it.
Yeah, I love this page. So cool. Overall, I would love to have the original art for this. It's bananas.
I know.
Yep.
Yeah.
So on the next page, we see in that top panel, Damon fights his dark soul self in hell. His sister says, "Throw down your trident, man, brother. Admit your defeat, lest your agonies be unending." And then Swabata's on.
But let's just real quick just acknowledge, like going from that church thing, and then suddenly we're on the moon again, like moon hell. Like
we were always
hell.
There.
Yeah,
we were always there.
We were and it's the what's interesting is it's the destruction of the church which brings you clarity. That's pretty amazing, right?
You're getting deep with this stuff tonight. I love it.
It's the destruction of religion that gives you clarity. That's cool. That's cool.
Especially based on that Gerber letter from several episodes back.
Yes.
Yep. We know how Gerber feels about it.
I loved that so much. That was one of my favorite things.
Yeah, I mean Damon. So I love it. He's fighting with his shadow self, and talking to his sister and saying like, "Am I to assume that advice is given to me out of love and out of the love in heart for me, Satana? Am I to?" And then he's fighting his shadow self. And says, "What? My hand sinks into your form." Then his doppelganger says, "Of course, I am no creature of flesh and blood. You are mere man. I am force, power, spirit, strength, all the intangibles without which you are as naught."
At least they talk the same. They can understand each other.
Yes. They do. They definitely speak the same language. And so, but I loved this part. So Damon, points his trident at his doppelganger and says, "If you can endure the power of the soul," and then you can imagine just the sputtering noises coming from his trident.
I just thought it was so funny. The soul.
Yeah, it is. It's so funny. He says, "Something is wrong. I cannot summon the flames. Can it be that my ability to do so rests in you?" And then, really cool point to bring up.
Great revelation.
Same, Matt,
perfect sense.
Dweller on the threshold shit, man. I am really so into it. And this whole kind of revelation it's really, really neat. But then before he can kind of get any confirmation on that, he is completely piled on by demons. No, I said, it is an interesting narration. So it says, "It is a terrifying truth to learn that it's his suppressed evil self who lends him the power to work many of his wonders." Which I do like that. Like
it's
Gerber,
amazing.
It is. It's so good, right? It's such a cool. It's such a cool twist.
It's the salvation of this issue, honestly.
It really is. Like I was so hit and miss. I mean, every other page is good. Every other page is bad. But here, when Gerber is introducing these kind of concepts that obviously speak to you and me, Matt, being Twin Peaks fans. But and then the other half of the narration says, "The shock of it holds him motionless while hell's minions pile upon him as if to smother him beneath the mass of their unflesh."
But even with the uneven sort of sometimes gets weird sort of, side sort of stories. I still think the overall arc is pretty fantastic in terms of
it is.
Themes and what it wants to say. Like that story is so strong. It can withstand these moments of frivolity that you're just sort of like, I can deal without the rock guy fight. I can deal, but you don't, it doesn't matter because this is so good. You forgive those.
I'm not going to do an apology next. So it's an ice guy. He's not rock.
A rock guy, a nice guy. Sorry.
Let's just nip this in the bud.
Sorry, I want to apologize to all of the rock lovers out there who I
or the ice lovers,
or the ice lovers. But can't we all just we like ice?
That's the goal.
We like rocks.
That is.
Sometimes I order a drink on the rocks. So I mean,
bringing it around full circle there.
Yes.
But so on the last panel, it says, "But no, suffocation is not their intent, but they merely mean to hold him in place for the kill." So all these demons are holding him down. Damon is struggling, and coming towards him is his sister, his shadow self, and Madame Swabata. Yeah. So I do love. I mean,
it's so good.
It's really great.
The choice of the colors, that the foreground is in that sort of very pale yellowy
bleached out.
And everything else is like, it's so cool. Everything touching him is in that color.
Yeah, such a cool choice.
And his doppelganger, his cape is higher than his head. So it's just this hot, dry, arid wind just blowing because it's fucking hell. Like it's 125 degrees and they're just marching toward him. You can hear the stones and the sand crunching under his boots. Like it's just
so good.
It's so dramatic. I love that panel.
Yep.
And Sobata's shuffling along. She's so excited.
Yeah.
She should be back further though, because she's probably slow.
Yeah.
Well, she's hanging back.
She gets a head start. She's in pole position.
I'm just saying that would be weird if she was, shuffling along at their speed. So anyway.
So I feel like there was salvation for this storyline, particularly this issue at the end of the story, and for me it really comes here in this last page or next to the last page. narration continues as they're about to stab him in the chest with the shadow trident. But can this creature slay him if they are so closely linked? Even now, they reside within the same physical form. If the black trident finds its mark, will the demon Damon then control the corporeal body fully? A soul cannot be slain save by its maker, so there can be but one answer. Damon lets his trident fall, which I love that, like, in order to fight, you have to stop fighting, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
He drops his trident and says, wait. And then you get this cool, fucking awesome panel of them, two profiles face to face. It's like the old electric company when they would say the first half of a word and the second half of a word.
Yeah.
Like, vow,
Yeah.
whoa, vowel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's the shadow itself and the and he looks like it looks like Everett's Submariner or something like that. The way like the
Right?
eyebrows and the eyes and so Damon says, "We are one, you and I. You cannot kill me, nor I you. Our conflict is unresolvable and eternal and universal. All men are two men and must restrain their own demons to live among other men in peace. You are immeasurably stronger than most, almost an entity unto yourself. But for now, at least." And then they reach out and clasp each other by the wrists. And so he says, "You still are part of myself, and the only way I may deal with you is to accept you for what I am." I love that close up. I'm drinking that hand because that's fucking hand shit right there.
Damn right.
That's hands. That's double hands.
So there's like firm and hearty grasping of the wrists and some type of like post handshake, like way more primal acceptance of the shadow self and the real self. And there's this little explosion, like cling, like some Mario coin sound in the background.
Yeah.
And then we can see this awesome panel of them fusing together. It says, "No," cries Satana. "Release your grip, demon brother. Do not attempt to struggle. You have control. Maintain it. Do not." And they're like fusing together. Like, you know, if this is Lynch, it'd be all the vibrating. Like,
Yep.
and it's like, but her warning comes too late. The two sons of Satan meld into one. And when their union is consummated, and then we cut to Damon's trident blasting Madame Sobata, which I've been waiting for this for 3 issues.
Yeah, it's so funny.
The bright Luciferian fire flares forth once more, striking the invading essence of the old gypsy, hurling her out of his mind. So he just exorcised her. And this is the orgasmic moment we all wanted. Like, just kill this old little dirt bag, you know?
Yeah.
And so meanwhile, back in the real world,
pretty petty. I have to be honest. She was
She was for sure.
petty.
yeah. I mean, it took a tabloid to kill her, and I mean, you know,
I mean, that was like, again, oh my God, I'm on TMZ. I'm gonna go kill everyone.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So back in the real world in St. Louis, they're carrying Damon's unconscious body. One cop's got him by the the armpits, and Quinn's got him by the knees, and then this creepy, smoky, wispy essence of Sobata comes out like
It's so scary. That
like
thing.
cigar smoke, but screaming.
Yeah.
And the cop says, "Quinn, look, what is it?" And it says, "Yeah," in these shivery, cool gray letters. And Quinn says, "Good Lord, set him down." So yeah, whatever that was, I guess
He's
that
like,
was
"Good Lord, wait, where am I? Wait,
Romani tumor is what
how
they
are
call
we
that in the
carrying
old
this
country?
guy? How drunk were we?"
Yeah.
I thought he was dead. They were going to bury him,
They were.
put some crack rocks on him.
No, they were just going to throw him down a gully.
No, I think the three of them were
Yeah.
out drunk off their ass. And this is them coming back, and you know, and everything we witnessed was just in his head. He's just drunk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's over. Yeah.
dreams of a
Oh, no,
rabbit
there's more.
fiend.
There's
Yeah.
more.
Yeah, there is more. There's one last page. So on this next page, Damon wakes up and the cop above him says, the thing that flew out of his head. What was it? Did you see it too? It looked like a ghost. And did you hear it scream like a lost soul? Oh, this cop.
Very poetic cop.
He's
Beat
such
cop.
a poetic cop. Yeah, man. That guy understands the poetry of the streets.
He is very generous with everyone else's time. I'll tell you that.
I would have liked an Irish accent, but it can't all be Batman.
Oh man. But yeah, so Quinn gets in on it. He says, "I heard it, I saw it. Now blast it, shut up." So I love that Quinn was just like, "Oh, you fucking cop, you're taking too much poetic license with this." And this just tells him to shut up. He says, "Shut up and let me pretend I didn't." So Quinn actually seems pretty shaken by all of this.
Yeah, he has a rafting trip on Denial he has to go
Yeah.
to.
he does.
Wow.
But then,
He's been through a lot. He's been through a lot.
He has. But man, on the next panel, it's such a weird, like it's almost a bad likeness of Dr. Reynolds, but I also love it. I don't know why. It's just so weird.
Well,
and like her proportions are all weird, and
Joyce DeWitt and Suzanne Summers.
that's true.
Well,
The shadow
Jacob,
selves.
Yeah.
She, you know what she looks like? She looks like early Zach, like when he did Charlton covers for Monster Hunters. You ever seen those when he was way more cartoony and like elf questy? That's what she looks like to me in here, which I love.
Maybe that's why I love it so much. But yeah, I looked at that and I'm
still
like,
think it's like Three's Company, except it's Richie Cunningham's older brother. Who was only in a couple of episodes. Yeah, I think that he is Damon. So that's
just dribbled a basketball constantly.
Yeah, I'm sticking with that.
It jumped the shark when he left. I stopped watching. 3 episodes, I was done.
But yeah, so Catherine Reynolds comes forward and she's like, I hope that's not how you handle the crime problem, Quinn, making believe it doesn't exist. And then
that's exactly how I'm going to handle this.
Yeah, he is. Damon says, do not trouble the lieutenant further, Dr. Reynolds. The danger is past. Swabata has been dealt with, and I've won the most important battle of my life. And poor Christine is like, battle? What battle?
What are you
And David says, the one every man must face at some time in his life, the crisis of self-acceptance.
Oh my God.
70s, man. I love
Look,
it.
it's very true, but it's also so corny. Like,
it is. It is. Of course, everything Damon has said is true.
Yes,
but yeah,
but
it is so of its era. Like this is Est. This is Primal Scream.
I just gotta
this
get my
is
head
like,
together.
Yeah, I just gotta get my head together, man.
Pretty awesome.
Oh God, so of its time.
I love his angst. That is angst all over that top right panel. Angst.
Oh God, yeah.
Again, Three's Company.
Christine says, but you, who did you fight against? There was nobody else here but us. And he says, that is correct. Only the 8 of us. And she's like, huh? Which I kind of said too at the same time, like, what are we going? And then
it's a little late in the issue for this.
He's very dramatic.
It's a little late. I mean, this is the second to the last panel, literally.
I love it.
And he says, we 4, and the demon within each of us, whom we can never destroy, but only seek to manage. Only after we face that demon and recognize it as an energy force capable of creative as well as destructive action.
Word.
Yeah.
Yep,
and they're in the back going like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, this is a full monologue of nonsense that he's just spouting at these people. He had assaulted, like, who knows, maybe 10 minutes before.
It's the best.
Oh, bring us home here, brother.
Okay, so the final speech of Damon says, only then may the fool's journey towards enlightenment commence. Swabata's tarot reading of my future was quite accurate. Having met my greatest challenge thus far and survived, my life's quest has only begun. Damon is looking out the broken window and he sees hovering over the city the Fool card. And the teaser for next issue reads, next, he who holds the lantern. So yeah, it's quite an ending. It's quite a self-help kind of ending we get here. Very awesome, like we were talking about. Yeah, very awesome.
Pretty great. I mean,
I did make a note,
but it's awesome.
Before we talked about Dr. Reynolds in the top right, the middle right, I made a note that said it almost looks like Zek, like the way Zek would draw Craven, or like that kind of elongated face is very exaggerated, but very rooted and real at the same time.
So
I'm a huge Mike Zek fan. I don't know if
I am too. I mean, I love Mike Zek,
awesome.
but I think you're touching on something, Matt, that maybe
I thought my camera was off.
Maybe Zek was really influenced by Buscema. I can see that. I can totally see that.
Okay, so bottom line, Swabata was right, but she couldn't just give that to Damon. He had to learn it on his own, like all real lessons in life.
She wasn't going to give up anything.
No.
As petty as she was,
angry.
I see a deck of Tarot in Michael's hands.
Yeah. So how do we want to do this? Like,
I've never done it. I've never done this, by the way. So,
like, I could Oh, Jesus. All right. Well, here we go. We'll start here. I can just like, if I'll just,
I'll tell you when to stop.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So,
All right.
Stop.
right here. All right.
Yeah, that's the one.
My finger is on this. All right. This is the 8 of Pentacles.
Ooh, that's a cool one.
That's cool.
Is the art by the same person all the way through the deck, or is it different
I think
stuff?
they're all different. They look all different. Yeah. So, all right. So let's see what we get here.
Is it original, or is it like repurposed old?
It's a great question. I don't know. Andrea gave them to me. There's no explanations, but I will try and find out for you.
Okay.
I will find out for you.
So wait, it came with that book?
Yes. No. This is Andrea's book. She told me.
Okay.
So she goes, okay.
I was scared we were relying on you to do this reading, but
okay, here we go. General reading. All right. Are we ready?
We're ready.
So this is a reading about the
card that you pulled.
Yeah, but it's reflecting on me or the show or Jacob and I as
you. Jacob will get the next card.
Okay.
So this is you. You pulled this card.
I'm the shadow self. I call it.
Okay, ready? 8 of Pentacles, general reading. Okay. The 8 of Pentacles reminds you that when you do what you love, you will love what you do. Financial success and security are the product of your hard work and dedication, and the level of your success is up to you. If you've been working hard to learn something new or advance within your current field, your efforts will not go unnoticed. Keep up the great work.
Look at that. There you go.
I was just thinking
Santa
today
Claus.
when I was having an hour-long meeting about the next season of my professional life's podcast, like it's pretty fucking cool that I get paid to podcast, because one of the things is like, what would you do if you could just do whatever you wanted? Like podcasting's pretty high on there. So like,
well, if you think about it, the real answer to that is, what would you do if you could do it? I would just sit around with my friends and talk about shit we like.
Yeah.
Yep.
I know, but you're not willing to pay me what I need to be a PA. So like, in the meantime, I'm going to keep the stage job thing going and
in time
and, do this.
In time.
Okay.
All right. So
okay, I'm ready.
When you want a Dr. Landy, I'm here for you.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna just go across.
Okay. Tell me when you're started.
Wait, hold on. You know what? I'm gonna do this instead. You just tell me when to stop.
Okay.
Ready?
Ready. Stop.
Wow. All right. Ooh.
4 of Wands. Okay. What is on that?
I like that art, whatever that is.
Pretty
That
cool.
art is, that art is great.
Basil
great.
Wolverton or something?
Yeah, it does look
crazy.
like Basil Wolverton.
All right. 4 of Wands. Here
4
we
of
go.
Wands. Big money.
Here we go.
No whammies.
No whammies.
You're putting it all on the 4 of Wands. Here we go. All right. No more bets. No more bets.
Okay.
General reading. Okay. The 4 of Wands indicates an organized celebration, such as a wedding, anniversary, or graduation. Look to your own life and achievements. How can you celebrate your wins? The enthusiasm you have for your relationship and local community are also celebrated here. Make sure you are balancing your hard work and ongoing efforts with relaxation.
Oh, okay. This is very very apt, as they say. Yeah.
Yeah, Jacob's had a career change at work, and he's heavily involved in the community and shaping the youth.
Well, I was going to ask you, what was the change?
Oh, well, I became head of teen services at the local library of the town that I live in. So
wow,
so
that's cool.
It's pretty cool.
Reading programs and stuff. He's in charge of those. That's fucking awesome.
That's amazing.
It's pretty cool. Yeah. So but I was also kind of.
And did that change?
Obviously.
Did that also change like hours and things like that for you? Did it become a completely different life?
Yeah, no, I honestly think this is the first grown-up job I've ever had. It's a full-time county job with county benefits. So I'm just like, oh my God. Well, at almost 46, I have grown up. So
have you though?
Yeah, not really, because I'm still talking about ridiculous comics.
What have we been doing for the last 2 hours?
Comic books from the 70s.
I know Matt and I are still scared by hands.
Yeah,
so
don't kid yourself.
Yeah. No. Yeah. So it's been great. I have been thrust kind of immediately into the culture war that we are experiencing in this country. So
yeah,
it's interesting. But yeah, no. That's a good reading and a good card.
well, that's great. It worked. We did it.
It did work. You did it. You have some kind of magic powers there,
Yeah,
my
I have
friend.
No magic powers.
Maybe that Bigfoot
You
head.
do.
If that Bigfoot head starts moving around behind me,
No, I will tell you.
Yeah,
Please
we'll
let me know.
definitely tell you.
yeah, because that would be frightening. That would be terrible.
There's
so
not
fine.
a letter, by
Yeah.
the way.
No.
No, not until
No
next
more.
issue.
So wait, when you don't have letters, what is did they literally not print letters from that month or what
Not dealing with this issue, right?
Yeah. So I
Oh,
went.
I
so
see. All right.
after Marvel Spotlight, at 25 it becomes Sinbad, and then it kind of jumps around and just then it gets canceled. So yeah. So they started publishing letters in Son of Satan issue number 1, and the first letters page of issue number 1 has is responding to issue 23 of Marvel Spotlight. So
Yeah.
So nothing for this.
no.
That's too bad because that was really awesome when you did read that letter and then the response, and that was pretty powerful. That was amazing. I loved it.
Yeah, and I don't remember any of the next 2 issues before he jumps off to his own title, so I don't remember. Like, if I'm assuming that this was Gerber's magnum opus with this character, like
Yeah.
it feels like his big statement, and him knowing that he has 2 more issues left and just kind of setting up the next guy to, I don't know, do whatever he wants to do. I mean, who can say? I don't know. I haven't read this in 20 years, and I probably just skimmed it in an essentials volume. So
Yeah, so he well, it almost seems like he plots the next issue or something because I
that's
think
right, because
it's
Friedrich.
yeah, because it's written by Gerber and Mike Friedrich. So
Who writes issue 24?
no,
Do we
that
know?
I don't know. I haven't looked ahead yet.
Okay, because that's all Satana.
Yeah, that's all Satana.
And I need to take a shower, not in a fun way, after this Satana. I know it wasn't really her, but still.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
because of
still.
the sibling thing?
Because the incest thing? Yeah, sorry. I'm weird about that. Sorry.
That makes you want to
Yeah.
shower.
Yeah, it makes me upset. I want to get clean. I'm going to take
What
a
a sc-
Brillo pad in the shower with me and get scalding water.
Wow, and then just do it all in one long shot.
Yeah.
You
What
know,
a square,
and you,
man.
And
You're
you
just
hear
a
like
square.
a fluorescent
Yeah.
light buzzing above your head. And
I
that's
told
the
you
only
guys, if
thing
it
you
had been
hear.
step siblings, it'd be fine.
Right? Fluorescent light.
Emotional incest is way less disturbing than physical genetic incest. Oh dear Lord. So we've been riffing on this thing the whole time, which I love. So I'm not going to belabor the final thoughts thing that much, but I think that this actually, I want to do final thoughts on the 3 issues. I think it's a good time for that. So Michael, you're our esteemed guest, and you brought up the hands rule. So now
Yeah.
my liver
I
doctor is going to be calling you, and it's a whole thing.
That's fine. So you want me to say what I
I would like that very much.
All right. Fine,
Yes.
fine. All right. So I think the first 2 were fun. Like they were a little more fun. They were I don't know, it was a little more capery in a way. I think. But this one, if you're looking at it as a 3rd act, this was like awesome. Like this is like, thank God for this one. I feel like if this one didn't exist, because this one felt to me like it defined the whole arc of the entire thing in a way where I go, oh, I get it now. Whereas I was sort of passing through before. This one anchored it for me. So I thought I loved it. I mean, I have my things about it, but I loved it a lot. I think the artwork is beautiful, and look at that singing fool on the card. I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Can
like
I hop
Martin
in
Short.
here?
That looks like Martin Short, like on in the you know, 3 Amigos. So the like in a dream sequence that Chevy Chase is having or something. I don't know. Anyway, I loved it.
Yeah, you made me realize that I have the similar thoughts. When Brad was on last, and we were talking about how the second of the 3 felt kind of like it was spinning its wheels at the yellow light, just kind of burning some rubber. And but you can't burn rubber with somebody better than Gerber. I mean, he's gonna bring something cool even when he's just smoking wheels. So I feel like the opening salvo, the first issue of this story was really strong. I felt like the middle was kind of vamping. just like, here's some ideas and stuff that I do and stuff that I do. Like, and then it's like, okay, now the third act is here, and he really fucking knocked it out of the park. So,
Great.
I would love it to be Craven's Last Hunt or some perfect work that felt like it was fully realized and thought out the whole way through. But I think that ultimately it's a uneven 3 issues that is awesome, but definitely had some warts, and they show. Yeah. But when you're in the hands of someone like Gerber and Sal Buscema, warts are fine. I like warts; they look great. Bring on the genital warts. Bring on the butt stuff. Let it happen. Let's let it happen.
Bring on the butt stuff.
I'll not accept those. I just want to be clear. There's a line.
We have to get 5 catchphrases every episode now, or we're irrelevant.
Well, I want I want that to be our next shirt.
That's a bumper sticker.
Yeah, it's a bumper sticker. Bring on the butt stuff. So
I've seen I eat ass bumper stickers up here. I don't know why. When did that become a thing that people need to share with the world?
Well, bumper stickers, man.
Be proud of what you like.
Hey, I'm not yucking anybody's yum. I'm just saying.
Look at you. You're doing this great podcast about these comics. Maybe they want to do a podcast about.
Maybe that's my ass. Maybe comics are my ass.
That's what makes the world go round. That's why it's awesome.
Yeah. You know what? So true.
I love it.
No, I mean, obviously, I agree with both of you. I just think for some reason, I loved this 3rd issue. I loved it, but I really also liked the 1st issue of this. I'm just thinking back to those strange, that giant text page that we had in the first part of this triumvirate.
So good.
And
wait,
the shit like that was so cool.
Which one was the one that had that amazing black panel with the 3 heads?
Yeah, that's the first.
That was her.
Yeah, that was amazing.
That was the MacGuffin that starts this whole.
That was
journey.
Incredible. I agree with you. I absolutely love that. That was so cool.
Yeah, there was something really deliberate, and I thought the storytelling was really good in that 1st issue. I think, after that, it's pretty hit and miss, except I do love it. I think I agree with both of you that it kind of got weirdly saved at the end in a lot of ways, just with the doppelganger and especially with, we kind of get an info dump on the last page of this 3rd issue, but it works. It worked to make me be like, this was worth it. This was worth checking out. And this was
even what's his name? Ghost Rider coming in. It felt like maybe that would have been more interesting if he didn't say hardly anything at all. Do you know what I mean?
Yes. If he was like a totem more than a yes.
Yeah. And then it would have been Damon like freaking out. What the fuck are you doing? Or where are you taking me? Why are we? And it's just going, and it's just like, fuck. And then at some point it could just be like, boom, and then knock him off because he's tired of him. Something like that. But I think that would have been more like, I wish that some of those weirder turns were had been taken more seriously, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Totally agree. And it made me think of stuff like Charlie Kaufman, like Eternal Sunshine or something like that. When he's crawling around his mom's dress and stuff like that. And it's just like, dude, you are on a fucking journey right now. And I respect that. And you got a lot of shit going on. Like, like you're saying, like Ghost Rider it wasn't Ghost Rider. That was not Johnny Blaze. That was a projection of him, either, generated by whatever. But like, totally. And Jacob, totally right. A ton of stuff dumped in there at the last 3 or 4 pages. But that's how life is sometimes. Sometimes figuring shit out is a crashing through a window thing. Sometimes it's a waterfall of realization. Sometimes it's it's not all just slow measured doling out of information of pieces of a bigger whole.
Well, it made me think about what Brad said when we were first talking about Gerber and his storytelling, is that Brad is just like, Gerber just sometimes does shit. And he's like, you know what? I'll figure it out later. And so it seems like Gerber went through this whole journey of these 3 issues. And then 2 pages before the very end, he's like, nope, I know what it's about. Yep. I got it. And then just dumps all this shit at the end. But
I think almost
all
awesome. Television is like that. Like it has to be, because you're doing episode after episode after episode, especially back in the day, doing even Lost or working on Alias, you were doing 24 episodes a season, and It was just like one after the other, bam, bam, bam. All so there were many times, I guarantee you, where it was just like, okay, well, we'll just figure that one later. Figure it, you know what I mean? And then just sort of, but the fact that usually the endings land is because they're thinking about it for so long.
Yep.
You know,
Totally true.
it's not something they always know.
And it,
Upfront.
and that stuff always reminds me of like I grew up in grocery stores. My parents owned them, and I worked at them in college and stuff like that. But I remember like somebody pointing out to me early on as a bag boy and a courtesy clerk that when you're breaking down cardboard, when you're cutting up something with a box knife, you start at a point and you look at where you want to go, and you just let your muscle bring you there. And you always draw a straight line. You always get there to the right spot.
Really?
Your muscle knows from whatever, right? From the starting point to there, you get there. It's not the same with art because art's messy, art is complicated, but you always get to where you're going. And I think Gerber knew where he wanted to go.
Yeah.
He had no idea how he was going to get there. And unfortunately, comics are not cardboard with a box knife. So it's a little more complicated. There's a lot more people involved. But I always think of that. Like he knew what he was doing, and these guys do. And when they do, it's always the curvy lines and the weirdness and the box knife path of art are what make it fun to me. That's the humanity.
Well said.
The missteps and the strange things and the discovery along the way. I mean, Gerber to me is very like we even mistakenly said this dude took psychedelics. Like, nope, no, he didn't.
No, we didn't.
He was very clearly a sober dude, so he was just a trippy
he
smart
understood
guy.
it. He's totally understood it. I think he understood, and he must have had a good understanding of himself too, to be able to write such sort of internal struggles like that.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
And then he got more self. I mean, we were saying with Brad, like he clearly Grant Morrison read Gerber, like. Just kind of like putting yourself in your work and like all that, you know, self-reflexive kind of textual analysis and stuff like that. Like that's relatively unusual at this point in time in comics.
Yeah. I mean, he's the only one that's doing it. Yeah. Sorry. Go on, Michael.
I have a question for you. Like, I'm looking at this page 23 right now of him, bottom left panel of him sort of storming towards the camera, and I'm wondering if you were doing this live action, would you keep him shirtless?
You would have to, right?
Would you? I don't know. Doesn't that like at some point that's gonna Conan the whole thing, and then you're just like, hard to take seriously, right?
Wouldn't the birthmark like sell it though? Yep. Like to see the birthmark done really well.
Well, maybe, but maybe I don't know.
No, I
feel like a shirtless guy walking around. All right,
Michael, I get it, man. I struggle with that all the time. Like I've been saying recently, comics are like dreams. They operate on a different plane. There's this Jungian kind of language and blah, blah. And once you immediately make those real, once you put somebody in a superhero costume and have them walking around New York City, it looks ridiculous.
Yeah, it does.
But it makes perfect sense in a comic book. Yeah. Same way when you explain a dream, like it was my high school, but it was also Disneyland, and you know, Elvis was there. Like, it's just like it made perfect sense at the time. Like, that's what comics are.
Yeah.
So I understand what you're saying, but part of me wants to see that, even though it sounds terrible. Like, I still want to see the first Plug issues of Werewolf by Night done like bookie nights, like
what would be fun,
bell bottoms.
Actually, you start them off
shag carpet, sunken living rooms, all that weirdness. I want to see it, but I know it's going to be weird.
No, absolutely. But for him, I think you start him off with some sort of shirt that at some point in the third act comes off.
It just says Satan's my dad,
and it's just like whatever. But it just comes off, and he's shirtless. That's at some pinnacle moment, you know. Okay.
It's not his uniform,
so it's just like shirtless. A thing. You actually make it a thing.
Yeah,
I think if it's just all the time, it's like, I don't know. Yeah. It's the guy you don't want to hang out with.
You're judging someone else's culture, which is not cool. We don't do that anymore.
Satanism.
It's a culture.
It was a religion.
Don't denigrate Satanism here. Yeah.
I'm all for it. I think it's great. It gave us this beautiful comic.
It did.
Think of the art that was spawned by Satan himself. Ha ha.
Yeah.
I don't wear a headdress and walk around and talk about how I think it looks. It makes sense. I just respect it and say that's not my thing. That's not my thing.
Really though?
Please don't cancel me. This is all
too
I have.
far.
Don't you Swabada, codename Swabada?
Yeah.
No. Bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah. Okay. That was solid.
Well, wait. I guess. What do you want to also? I mean, after this, do you choose which was your favorite cover of the group?
I'm gonna have to go with the first one. Yeah, there was something about that first issue that really I was really taken with. So yeah, I got to go first. Goat guy. Yeah.
Oh,
that's fun.
This is an age old. Yeah, we talked about this with Brad, but I like the second one actually.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go second one as well. I like Goat Guy. He's cool, but he's also on this too. So double.
Yeah, he's on both of them.
And I like the focus of the composition that I can look at it and go, oh, those two fighting. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do like the cosmic weirdness of the first one a lot. I'm a huge fan of that.
Yeah. I like he's coming through this window. It's so cool. That card. Yeah.
I love the planes as portals.
That is very cool.
But my eye just wants to look at issue 21 over and over again.
Yeah.
So.
Maybe if that title block, Death in the Cards, was not right there, it might feel different.
Yeah.
That sort of like puts makes a busy place even busier. So anyway.
Yeah. All right, listeners, we're wrapping this episode up, and thank you for following us on this tarot saga. If you want more of us, you can get us on the bonus show, and you can do that through our Patreon page. We have several tiers of support. You can just throw $1 in, and that's like a tip jar. You'll be a cult member. That's the name of that tier. And you get some cool art we had made for when we were a Man Wolf and Werewolf by Night show. Wallpaper for your phone, your desktop, whatever. Beautiful stuff. Worth $1. The next level is Scaly one. That's $2 a month. You get an audio version of the bonus show, but no video. We love you, but that's all you get. $3 a month, you become Demon Spawn. You get the video version of the show and the audio version of the show and the art that we mentioned before. Our most popular level is $5 a month. That's our pack members. They get all the things I mentioned before, plus a video version of the show and special things that are just for them and the higher tier. So for instance, this week, I just put out the full unedited interview we did with Tim Tucker, one of our friends of the show. He did for Pod, which is a podcast industry magazine. And so he interviewed us for, I think, 45 minutes. He cooked that down into a very succinct, like 2 or 3 page interview, which was awesome. And I put out the entire interview because he gave me permission to. And I got to tell you, Jacob, it was like Saturday morning. I was having a cup of coffee, and when we're doing the interview, I listened back to it after I edited it. We sound kind of smart and passionate and interesting.
Really? Not bad. I love it.
It was like inside baseball, but like in a good way. So we put stuff like that out for folks all the time. That's our pack members. And the highest level is $10 a month or more. And that's the Star Gods. They're the barbarian space deities. We love those folks. They get shout outs along with pack members verbally in the main show and visually in the video version of the bonus show. So the pack members are getting their shout outs right now. And that is folks like the guy I just mentioned, the great author of werewolf books, Tim Tucker.
Brian from Marvel by the Month.
Blake, last name withheld.
Caleb.
David Goodwin.
Ben M.
Michelle from Moonlit Comics.
Letty.
Jeff Fitzpatrick.
Jesse McFerrin.
Johnny Turner.
Justin the Owl.
Russ from Pathways, a Sith podcast.
Brad Elmore.
Jason Finestone.
Jared Svedas.
Brink.
Bill from Long Island.
David D.
Glenn Lash.
And Rob Haferman.
Thank you, folks, for supporting us at the $5 level. We love you so much. We hope you appreciate those goodies we give out to you. The next tier, again, is those Star Gods. They get all that stuff, and they get a bonus thing. And Jacob, we need to talk a little bit offline. I thought of a new thing to do because I can't fucking rest.
No, you can't.
In addition to getting all of those goodies, if you are a Star God for 6 months or more, you get to go to our Threadless shop and pick out a t-shirt, a coffee mug, a travel mug, whatever you want. We'll send it to you free of charge. And I want to work out with Jacob something we can do. Like once you are a member for a year, you get to pick out an issue that we will cover as a bonus for all Star Gods.
Whoa, that's a big tier. I love it though.
Yeah. You know, I mean, I always want to talk about comics with you.
Yep.
I mean, come on.
Yep.
So those Star Gods, we have a new Star God today, guys. I want to make this, this is important. This is a person who was a pack member for a long time. They're an awesome person, supporter of the show, and they have ascended. They have shed off this mortal coil. They have gone into the ether and become a Star God. And that is our friend, MJ, or some British cult. MJ, thank you so much. Welcome to Godhood. And the Godhead.
You.
It's a great name too.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is.
You have great names on here. I love, and that's one of them. So love it.
All right. Other Star Gods are Ryan from Across the Bifrost.
John Walsh.
Michael Giacchino.
Yeah, that's right.
Michael.
That's right. That's right.
That was perfect. That was great. Thank you.
that's
I
actually
loved it.
that's how it
I loved
is.
it. Let's go on. Go ahead, Jacob.
All right. Melissa Watts.
Josh Link.
Jackson T. Overstreet.
Damn.
Damn, that was good. Mark Nivens.
Eric Hadley.
Catherine Neff.
Why are you not doing voiceover work?
I don't
Damn,
know.
you trailer man.
What the hell? Thank you for helping us with the shout outs, Michael.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
that was so much fun. And
Yeah.
Jackson, I've been wanting to do that for like years now. So I'm glad I got to do it. You have the greatest name in the world. So cheers.
I love that. I love that you love his name. You've mentioned
do.
that before. It's not
You've mentioned it many times. No, it's a very cool
I
name.
have
It
brought
really
this
is.
up like ad nauseum. It's probably annoying to you, but it's a great name. So Jackson, just know that I love that name. It's a great name, and I hope you wear it well. And it's like I don't know, you're lucky. Superhero level stuff.
Yeah.
So
Jackson's an awesome person and a long-time
He's
supporter of the
great.
show.
excellent.
So guests are doing the shout outs now. This is just the way it is, I think.
Yeah.
All right.
Giacchino.
Jai Chino.
Yes.
He's a trailblazer.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Just like Ghost Rider.
So on the bonus show this week, we talked about The Devil's Nightmare, which was the 1971 movie or 72 movie we watched, which was a Belgian Italo co-production. And you can hear us talk about that devil movie and some of the stuff, some of the nonsense. We just talk about
I'm going to
life
join one of those things. I'm going to join one of those.
the watch-alongs?
Discord watch. I just haven't had time.
You got to do it. It's so much fun.
Yeah, it
You'd
seems
love
like
it.
a lot of fun. I like
You'd
hearing
love it.
about them. Yeah,
you love it. We have a great time. So join us on there, and the bonus show is where it's at, man. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
And I don't mention this a lot, but I thought this was understood, but some people did not know this. When you join the Patreon, all the archived episodes are at your disposal. We're on episode like 54 or 55 now. You can watch.
They make you listen to them. You have
You
to
don't have to
listen
do
to them.
anything. I'm
No,
saying-
it's like in Lost, that episode where they have that guy strapped down to the chair and they're projecting all that stuff in front of him. This is
Oh no, it's
like-
Clockwork Orange.
Yeah.
No, it was in. Well, it was Lost.
Yeah, it was
as well.
Step outside and
Yes.
touch some grass, Michael. You
It
didn't.
was.
work
It was
on
in Lost.
Clockwork Orange.
Look. Come on.
No, what was it called in Lost? It was Room something. Like it was.
I don't remember.
237?
No, I know what you're
something
talking
like
about.
that. That's
Don't
the
let
one
Matt
isn't that the one in
gaslight you.
the- I don't know.
I know what you're talking about. It's
Yes,
real.
exactly. He
Yeah.
knows
All
too.
right.
He
Let's see.
secretly
does.
knows. He
What
knows
a
everything.
jerk.
All right.
Yeah. So he used to be nice. Remember how nice he was?
So those are all there.
Remember when the pandemic changed him for the better?
Ugh.
And then now it's like
Before we were doing the show, before
Yeah.
anyone listened to me.
What a crock.
Yeah, what a nice guy I was back then. So we talk about the devil movie every week on the bonus show. We talk about some other stuff. I have a great time on there. I'm loving it. And as Michael mentioned, there is a link in the show notes to our Discord. We watched the Devil movie with
I
people.
spoiled it, didn't? That was a spoiler,
No.
right? I spoiled it.
No,
yeah, I knew. I
not.
jumped in too early. I was
you're laying the
excited.
groundwork there. Huh?
I gotta
Remember
say,
the Trailblazing?
Michael-
Remember?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to do an apology the next episode, aren't I?
Finally. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Write some
Maybe
music for it.
I'll
I'll be
phone it
talking
in.
to your assistant tomorrow morning.
I'll phone it in.
We need to get in front of this.
Yeah, we do. Oh boy. This is rough.
Everyone's like, cut his mic so he can finish.
Where's Jenna?
My point was, we started off the bonus show in season 2 when we were doing Man Wolf, and we watched werewolf movies every week and talked about other stuff. I talked about The Scourge, a popular 80s storyline where I showed the art from it, and we went through every appearance of The Scourge in the 80s when he was killing off nonsense, no-name villains. It was a great time. It's a great time. It's all sitting there for you. It's like the librray. Like where
it
Jacob
is.
works. It's just
Yeah,
sitting
it
there.
is.
So I just want to make sure everybody understands you have access to all this stuff when you join. That's it. All right. So again, we have that voicemail number if you want to talk to Michael and complain about something he said on the show, because I think there's several points where
Yeah,
he
just
offended
leave your
people.
social security number and your Amex card or Visa card number, and then we will get right back to you.
Mother's
just
maiden name,
whatever you
please,
need.
and the street
Just
you
put
grew
it
up on,
there.
and your first concert. Thank you.
Yes.
That'll be 971-220-5865, 971-220-JUNK. Calling us a voicemail. We love to play those on the show. All right, folks. Well, thanks for joining us, Michael. Goddamn, it was so good to talk about the end of this crazy ass saga with you.
That was really a fun.
Yes.
That was a blast. Thank you for having me. This is perfect. I loved it. I loved this whole thing.
Always looking forward to it. Always looking forward to it.
Anytime. Like I'm just sitting here, so whenever.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us this week, listeners. Until we meet again next week by the 7 circles and the Hadean chimes, stay bronze, pony boy. Stay bronze.
That's the Lord's Prayer backwards.